30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
One of my favorites, hopefully one of your favorites as well, Alex Stein, Primetime, Pimp on a Blimp, Blaze TV.
Bubba, you realize we have a lot to talk about? You know the conspiracy right now is that Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart started those fires in California after he got booed out of the arena.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Man, I got anxiety already, Lummy.
No.
From Tuttle blowing his big fat mouth to the last minute information. I may have to take Brian out during a break and talk to him privately about this particular situation. Because, Brian, you got me really concerned. I thought it was going to be a walk in the park.
Nope. I know so little about that, Bubba. The most recent one was the first time I've ever had to deal with it.
Okay. Let's just be quiet.
You're coming to me like I'm an expert and I have no clue.
You're an attorney. You're supposed to know about everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh boy. Well, I'll help you. I'll help you as best I can, buddy.
All right, thanks.
This is a Dan Newland deal. I knew it.
Oh, watch your mouth.
Thursday, January 9,
little troll.
2025, and Tuttle, you know I'm mad at you,
I
and
know.
you know better. You know better.
It's the cold weather.
No, it's not. It's
got me frisky.
No, it's just you don't have any respect for me.
No, I do.
Oh,
I wasn't self-aware today.
Jesus, don't you know that when we are in here from 5:30 till 6 o'clock, and you see it formatically, I go through and we talk about things that are happening in the business. Whether it's what we're going to talk about, whether it's BARP, whether it's just we're talking, and I do a lot of the talking because I'm like I'll ask Rhett some stuff, I'll ask Macho some stuff, I'll ask Lummy some stuff, and so it's me talking, kind of having a pre-show meeting, and you start having conversations with people while I'm talking.
And I did it once and twice.
Twice today.
I know, and I was thrown off.
I'm talking.
I know.
And you start having a conversation with a person that I potentially might be talking to.
And I apologize. I'm sorry.
You've been doing this.
Better.
You've been doing this long enough to know. God, Jesus. Not even Seth Money does that.
Well, you know what it is, Bubba, and if I could just defend Tuttle for a brief moment.
Okay.
Tuttle works from home, and he's a lonely man sometimes. And when he gets around people, Bubba,
He doesn't get much interaction during the day.
He doesn't. So when he gets around people, he is he becomes like a gentleman. He likes to do small talk and everything like that. So
small talk. When I get done with my meeting, there comes a point where I'm done. Rhett leaves, Macho leaves. There's like a 5-minute period. Brian slides in. There's a period of time where I'm done. I'm trying to line up stories that I open up with. I'm trying to line up stories that I have early on, stories that I have. The main story. Obviously, we're going to be speaking about the wildfires in California way more than we spoke about it yesterday, as now more and more footage is coming in from people that are fleeing the Malibu, Pacific Palisades area. This looks like it's a really bad situation. Talk about that. That's part of our clickbait today. Got a little sports to talk about. Got this crazy ass doctor that I think touches kids in Tampa. Got him. Got Brian, and of course all of his insight. Got some Trump stuff to trigger Brian. All kinds of different things. Barp's coming up, and so I'm lining up the show best I can, and you're over here being Johnny Chit Chat. Just chit-chatting away.
Yeah.
Not even, and I'm bona fidely speaking. I'm talking.
I thought I was being quiet. I didn't realize my voice was carrying.
But it shouldn't even be. I thought I was being quiet because I thought I was being quiet means you're still talking.
You're right. You're right. And I'm sorry, Bubba. I will take any punishment from you.
I'm not. We're past those days, buddy.
Okay.
You know what? I think it hurts you more.
It does.
For me to tell you that I'm disappointed in you and you're on thin ice.
Don't you respect his loneliness, though, Bubba?
I think you would much rather me come over right now with a wiffle ball bat and hit you, and we be done with it, than me just keep telling you how disappointed I am in you.
It hurt me more than my dad telling me he was disappointed in me than him, whipping me.
Yeah, well, my whipping days are over, my friend. I'd probably throw my shoulder out. I mean, who the hell am I?
Lummy, hit him with the wiffle ball bat, please.
If I ever got in a fight, man, my only chance, I couldn't stand there toe-to-toe with anybody. My only chance, Lummy, and I don't even think I could maybe even shoot a single leg anymore, who am I kidding, is just to try to get a guy down on the ground so I can, smother him with my mass. I mean, that's all I got.
You've done that to me quite a few times.
Well, I have. That's
Bubba,
in my.
you'd be like an upside-down turtle on the ground.
No, not if he's on top of you, though, dude.
Seth?
Tuttle, I'll tell you anytime. I'm sorry, Seth.
Yes,
anytime, if you want to wrestle, folk-style wrestle.
Not everything needs to turn into some sort of competition
but
where we're touching each other.
when you tell me that I'd be a turtle on the ground, an upside-down turtle on the ground.
I've seen UFC. I know what happens when you guys hit the ground.
All right, you want to fight?
You want to
fight?
I don't. I'm just saying if you
How about you and I jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, you want to go see a turtle, buddy?
Why you got to bring religion into this, Bubba? Why can't you guys just jitsu?
Okay, no jiu-jitsu. How about we just jitsu, okay?
If I can get free lessons.
No, there's no free lessons.
Who's got free lessons? I want free lessons.
Yeah, but you called him a turtle.
You're a scorekeeper.
You called him a turtle.
If you're going to say, listen, man, don't think that you could take a guy down because you're just be a turtle upside down. You uttered those words.
I did.
Then you must back those words up when called out.
Seth, I do want to step in here and say your boy here, who you tried to save from the heat, just threw the heat back on you
I need the heat
down
off
here.
of me.
I can tell it's a lot. It's going away. Yeah, I can't tell which way it's going. But
I mean, it's you guys are playing hot potato with the heat over there.
I'm ready to
between Turtle Boy and Interruption Man over here. You guys are an amazing duo.
Turtle Boy? Nice.
Listen, and I want everybody to be honest. Everybody to be honest. Like if.
Don't lie like you do, Seth.
Kick his ass.
Don't, and Lummy, don't just be Stockholm.
Yes,
I want
sir.
you to be completely honest, okay? And
Yes.
Rhett, you too. Rhett tends to get a little stiff with me, but he might actually be honest here. If you think no training involved. Hold on. Tomorrow at tomorrow at 10:30. Or whenever after Lummy you were done doing your tomorrow live at noon, we were to clear out an area and me and Seth do a jitsu, just a straight kind of high school folk style wrestling match.
In the wrestling pose kind of thing, or are you guys starting standing up?
Standing up.
Now, are we wearing singlets in this or no?
No, we're just wearing t-shirts and shorts with tennis shoes.
You would destroy him, Bubba.
Well, okay, that's your prediction, Lummy.
Creeth and Travis, $100.
Oh my God! Thank you.
I would be putting all my money on you, Bubba.
All right.
Shoot.
Rhett, you know, what's your prediction?
You'd win.
Thank you.
Another $100 from Creeth and Travis.
Oh my God, creatine! I'm gonna be up in Ocala this weekend. Maybe swing on by. Tuttle, I know you're gonna go for me because you know you're in trouble, and I could literally be wrestling Dan Gable, and you'd say I'd win right now.
Well, hey, can I set the question?
Yeah.
Seth, would you actually really, really try, or would you just kind of?
Can we try once, Seth?
What the hell, man?
I mean, can we try? I mean, like, do you want?
First of all, I don't know any jujitsu moves. Like, if you want to stand up and you want to fight, and anything goes, where I could twist your sack and pull your hair, then let's go. Like, there's got to be some sort of purse at the end of this thing.
Turtle, more like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'll be all over you like Michelangelo.
Shut up! Horrible impersonation.
Just don't let him get you in the corner.
And stupid.
Hit him kick him out of here, Bubba.
See, I'm taking the heat now for both of you because I love you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
The heat just goes. So anyway, here's the thing, Seth.
Yeah.
I will gladly fight you in any form that you want. Whether it be stand-up boxing, whether it be jiu-jitsu,
steel cage,
boxing,
whether it be
thumb war,
why do you
arm
wrestling?
Why do you want to get physical with me?
Because you're the one that just said that if I fought, I would be an upside-down turtle. You made that
yes, I did.
Made that statement. So when a man makes a statement to another man of his lack of physicality when he's trying to talk about that he's
you
not...
said your best chance is shoot style. I think your best chance is hand-to-hand standing-up combat.
My arms aren't that long.
I don't even think that matters at this point. Your whole body's not long. What are you going to do if you get somebody on the ground?
Captain Creamsicle, $20.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Choke him out with your hairless forearm?
No,
he said he would lay his weight on it.
He's going to lay his weight on you, buddy.
I said my only chance in a fight.
Who cares about breathing?
He's the Bubba Anaconda.
My only chance in a fight, and who am I kidding? I probably am a pussy, but I think I'm still kind of tough. And I do have a little bit of training in high school wrestling and stuff like that. My only chance would be to try. And I don't even know that I can even shoot a single leg nowadays. But my only chance would be to shoot a single leg, get you down on the ground, and then use my mass, to my advantage.
But check your oil while he's down there.
Your upper body strength is just so much stronger though too, Bubba. Your forearms, your back, your chest.
That's what you did to me when you raged on me. You got me pinned in the corner, forearm on the neck, and you started lifting me.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's fine. We don't have to, talk about the good old days. I'm just saying.
You get that corn-fed muscles.
But yeah, you do have a rage, though.
I do have a certain amount of compact rage that it's all compact in one little, and I just whatever, Seth. I think it would be very.
We can. I mean, listen.
Great.
I think.
But here's the thing. I think I would beat you up so bad.
Bubba's are strong, man. You have no chance, Seth. Zero.
That you would quit the show.
Oh no!
Yeah, I would just rage so hard that, or I just let you beat me, and then
you want to have a loser leaves town match.
Hair versus hair. Hair versus hair.
I will tell you this, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I will tell you this. I thought I was Johnny Badass. And remember when we had, what was that guy? Lummy, he's dead now.
Texas Hangman?
Giant Beetlejuice.
Giant Beetlejuice. Oh. Remember him?
Yes.
I thought, I would be, he whipped my ass.
I was kind of surprised that day.
I did not do well against him.
Yeah, but you still had you were new into your shoulder injury.
Well, I mean,
don't make excuses for him.
I mean, I'm being honest. You're the one being dishonest. What? For those scoring at home, I'm the one being honest by saying Giant Beetlejuice was a tough old black man, and I thought he was, he could barely walk, and he had all these things wrong with him.
Oh, yeah. He was eating like 5 McMuffins a day.
But he had like that New York upper body, a Brooklyn strength.
Yeah.
And,
what's a New York upper body?
I don't know.
That New York upper body, Brooklyn strength.
And
haven't you seen the Brooklyn pizza commercials? They're bigger. They're bigger than the regular pizza.
I don't know.
I've never seen that Yonkers barrel chest.
He had a Yonkers barrel chest, and then
that New York water.
I don't know if I got my ass whipped, but I didn't win.
Do we have video of it?
I don't know if we do or not.
Brett, let's find that and make that a short today if we can, buddy.
Do, but I believe it was deleted.
When was the last time
deleted the video?
You whipped somebody's ass though? Like really whipped somebody's ass? Or had to?
Middle school.
No, I whipped a guy's ass at Volusia one time.
Oh yeah.
I didn't whip his ass, but I got him down on the ground and choked him out.
I think there's video of that too.
Yeah, there is video
of that.
Did we
delete that one too?
No, I think these are not deleted, Lummy. They're just not public. They're private. So Rhett might be able to go back and find those.
Was it one of those racing fights where it was like one-on-one for a little bit and then
here's what happened. So anyway, let me just go back to say that I don't even know. I'm acting like I'm Johnny Badass, but I have grabbed a hold of Seth a few times, and Seth is bigger than you think he is.
Yeah, he's thick, dude.
He's
thicker than a Snicker, that Seth.
Come on.
Thicker than a Snicker.
I'm
For those scoring at home, that's Brian Matroni, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you be my corner man, Brian?
Absolutely. I'll be your hype man like Jimmy Hart with the flag behind you.
Yeah.
Come on, Seth the baby! You got this, Seth the baby! Let's go! Woo! Seth the baby!
Grab his ball, Seth!
Grab his ball!
Grab his ball, Seth! Grab his ball!
I'll have a two-way jacket that I put on, and I'll become the referee.
Yeah.
You did it!
As soon as you get me down, it's the Tampa screw job, and I get a quick 1, 2, 3. And Lummy, you're my hype guy.
Oh yeah, I kick Brad.
So listen,
I've seen Lummy's working, and it ain't great, buddy.
So listen,
Go down to the brewery in Tampa.
I'm not even going to sit here and act like I can beat Seth up, because I have messed around with Seth before, grabbed him and what have you, and he tries to play wimp boy, but he's pretty big actually, and he's not nearly as wimpy and snowflakey as you think he is. He's pretty stout, and so I probably should shut my big mouth and just remain friendly with him.
No, come on.
But hold on.
Like Nick the Gun Guy said, let's have a Jerusalem street fight.
No.
What's that? Where I come in and just bomb the neighbor?
The finishing move is a suicide bomb.
What is that? You give me a beeper and you blow my hip off?
That's the finish. Yes, that's the finishing move. After the leg drop.
But anyway, I mean, with Giant Beetlejuice, this guy was like basically crippled, but he had that Yonkers barrel chest, and we go in there to box. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't know if I got my ass whipped, but I didn't win.
No.
He didn't. I don't know if he whipped my ass, but I didn't win. So the Volusia thing, Tuttle, is I had and it's out back, my little Suzuki 4-wheeler, and Tyler was running open wheel modifieds, and it was during Speed Weeks, when Winter National,
is busy.
Which means we had to park clear in the back 40, back by the pond, because there's so many cars there. And so we're parked way, way far away. So me and Larry Plummer would jump on this little 4-wheeler I got, and we would, because it was quite a ways, a walk from our pits to the grandstand, so where you watch the race was really a long way. I mean, probably from here to
it's a big area.
Probably from here to Brian's office. I mean, that's kind of a long walk. So
everything's a long walk.
I was gonna offer my office parking lot if you guys needed it for BARP.
Well, you heard we have hay rides, right?
Hay rides.
Can we still use that as a staging area for the hay?
Hay rides. I love it. This show is so funny.
We'll get into that. I'm sure that'll be a huge speaking point today. I'm just trying to make it easier for those people, and I can't quite afford a real fancy shuttle van, so why not hayride over?
I think it's a great idea, Bubba.
I think it adds to the experience. It adds to the mystique. It adds to the brand.
The weather will be nice that day.
Exactly. Let's not get off my topic. So we're at Volusia. And, when you go to a racetrack, it's kind of the honor system. Like, nobody steals nothing. Like, you leave your trailers open and nobody goes in and steals your tools. Everybody just kind of looks out for everybody. It's not, it's really good people. Well, so Larry and I drive our 4-wheeler up to Tyler's on the track and he's racing. And Larry and I drive we buddy, he jumps on the back and we drive up there. And we park it there's probably 15 other 4-wheelers. They all park in a little section, and then you go up to the stands, and everybody leaves their keys in their 4-wheelers. I mean, nobody takes your 4-wheeler. We go to get Tyler. I don't know what Tyler gets, second, third, something like that. I think Tyler gets third, and they took the top 3 for the feature, so we were super happy. We made the feature, and we go to the 4-wheeler place where everybody keeps their 4-wheelers while they're watching the race, and ours is gone.
Oh,
what?
Ours is gone. And I'm like, what in the heck? And then some guy's like, yeah, man, some crackhead got on. Everybody knows each other's business around there. And I told the dude, that's Bubba's 4-wheeler. And the guy said, I don't even know who Bubba is. And he left. So I'm like, what? So we start walking back to our pits. And there's the guy on my 4-wheeler. Let me doing donuts and having a good old time. And I go, hey, buddy, that's my four-wheeler. He's like, yeah, F you, whatever. So I went and I clotheslined, I swear to God, I clotheslined him off of my four-wheeler.
Wow.
Did it go like one of those things from the movie where he went flying off and the four-wheeler kept going?
No. He was stopped.
Oh.
He was stopped. And rather than, I just kind of tackled him off my four-wheeler. And Larry Plummer was with me, so I knew I had backup, Lummy. In case the guy had backup.
Perfect.
So the dude, then I take the guy right to the ground, and then I sprawl out, so I go chest to chest, so that all my weight's on his chest, and I'm hitting him I'm trying to hit him. Well, we're fighting. I mean, like I'm fighting this dude, and then but we're not in our pits. We're in somebody else's pits, and some other open wheel modified dude doesn't know the story that this bad guy stole my four-wheeler, and I'm fighting him for that. He just thinks that we're two dudes fighting in the pits, so he takes his open wheel modifieds and runs over us.
What?
He tries to run over me.
Vehicular homicide.
Yeah, he tries to literally. So Larry's trying to tell the dude in the race car, hey, back off, man. This is a legitimate fight. And the guy takes his open wheel modified and keeps trying to run over us. Finally, I get up, and I'm thinking the bad guy has had enough of me, because I think I've gotten a few good ones in on him, and I've put 300 pounds plus on him, and he goes and tries to fight me again. So I take him down again, and then it's over. And I think we have footage of it, but I don't know how much of it we got.
I know. I think last time I saw the footage, you were on top of him and giving him some blows. That was about it.
Yeah.
Do the Volusia County people look at you guys differently when you guys come across the state? They're coming in on our territory.
Here come the West Coasters, the highfalutin Tampa boys.
When during the Winter Nationals, it's pretty much all it's all the Florida boys versus all the guys from up north.
Okay.
So even though we're Bubba Raceway Park and they're okay and they're Volusia, we're all the Florida guys are pulling for each other. Versus, all the Nick Hoffmans and, all the out-of-town guys from South Carolina and Indiana and Ohio, all the Florida boys, you're pulling for Chad Geary and you're pulling for Brian Bernhardt and you're pulling for, all the Florida guys.
Have you ever had issues with any other track owners in Florida?
No.
Or for the most part, everybody's good?
Everybody's great.
Those Golden Isle Speedway boys are trash.
Now, Golden Eye Speedways, that's up in Brunswick, and that's a whole other story.
Waynesville, get it right.
Okay, thanks. Let me know if Rhett finds that stuff.
Yes, sir.
So I can.
It's all gone.
Oh, it's all gone?
On our end, it's gone. It's been deleted.
That means it's gone.
Oh, man.
NHL reports that they're going to do an outdoor game. And when did they start this? About 10 years ago when they started doing the
Winter Classic, I think, started in
it was in Buffalo.
2008, 2009.
Yeah, in Buffalo.
And it was like the Buffalo versus the Rangers or something like that, wasn't it? Some couple original Buffalo Bruins.
Yeah, they did some of the bigger Capitals.
It was Buffalo
Penguins.
versus the Penguins.
Oh, 2008. I was right. Look at that.
Buffalo versus Pittsburgh.
Pull that one.
I think the largest attendance was the one in Notre Dame.
No,
Michigan. What was the
was.
original 6 NHL? Was it 8 or 6 NHL?
Six.
It was what? Hartford,
Chicago,
Boston, New York,
Detroit,
Toronto.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the original 6.
Did everybody make the playoffs back then?
I think so. And what was the original NFL? Wasn't the original NFL like Chicago, Green Bay, the Giants, Cleveland? I know that the NFL incorporated in 1920, and then the Packers joined in 21, and I think the Bears are the only surviving team from the 1920s.
So the 1920s were the Arizona Cardinals, the Akron Pros, the Canton Bulldogs, the Cleveland Tigers, the Columbus Panhandlers.
Don't forget the Oorang.
The Dayton Triangles, the Chicago Tigers, the Decatur Staleys, and the Racine Cardinals.
You forgot the Oorang Indians.
And the Oorang Indians. That was the original NFL. Now, out of all of those, and I don't even think the original Chicago, I think the Chicago team like one of the teams moved to Chicago. The original Chicago team disbanded, and one of those teams that you just mentioned moved to Chicago and became the Bears.
The Arizona team.
When did the leagues combine? Weren't they like two separate?
Well, that was in like
72, 68?
No. It would have been Super Bowl 1, 66.
That's 66.
Right. 66. Super Bowl 1 was the Packers-Chiefs. Was it Packers-Raiders or Packers-Chiefs?
Packers-Chiefs.
Packers-Chiefs is when the AFL and the NFL merged, and that was in 1966.
It wasn't Colts-Jets, I think, right after?
Yeah, Colts.
Well, the Packers went twice, right?
Packers went 1 and 2, and then the third one was Jets.
Colts with Johnny Unitas, right?
Was it Jets Colts? And I know the Jets with Joe Namath were like 30-point underdogs, and he was drunk the night before, and he went out and won the game.
Yeah, he's banging supermodels and just doing whatever he wanted.
Fur coats? I think he wore fur coats.
So anyway, the NHL with this outdoor Winter Classic kind of deal. Boy, it's like, man, are they at the end of their rope when they're picking Florida?
No, it's the novelty of it. It's the novelty, and the Lightning have been one of the most supported teams in hockey over the past 7-8 seasons.
I think they're the 7th seed right now in the conference, but they're second in. I pay attention to the Lightning, and you're going to be able to fact check me here. They're second in the entire league with regards to plus. I think they're plus 33 on goals. I think they're second in the league on that, and I think they're 3, 4, or 5 games. They've played 3, 4, or 5 games less than the most of the people that are leading. So if they were to win, half of those, they'd be a top 3 or 4 team in the entire league right now. I know they're 5-5. That West Coast trip killed them.
Yeah, the 4-game losing streak, and starting that out even before that with the loss to the Canadiens, who are hot right now, by the way.
But they have played less games.
But we have played fewer
games.
We have 4 games in hand.
Yes,
and so you win half of those. So anyway, the Lightning, they are. I mean, probably in the last decade, they're probably one of the most dominant teams in the NHL.
Yes.
If we take the last 10 years.
Yes.
And
going back straight to 2015-16.
And it looks like the Stamkos trade was brilliant. Does it not? I mean, he's not doing anything in Nashville, is he not?
He's starting to get a little bit of momentum, but no. Gunsel has been much better than Stamkos.
Does he got better record? I mean, Stamkos has never been a good plus-minus guy. I think he's like minus 16 right now.
No, because he's a power play specialist. But what we're seeing is that even on the power play, he was really leaning on and riding Cooch's jock.
Man, Cooch, is he the MVP at this point?
I mean, is he
in the discussion?
Yeah, but he's Russian, and right now they have too many young, good Canadian players that the NHL likes to prop up.
So anyway, the 2026 Stadium Series will be between the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning at the Tampa Bay Ray J facility, which is where the Bucks play. It's going to happen February 1st, about a year from now, 2026.
It could be 82 or 40.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide range of possibilities.
But here's the deal, man. Here's what people don't realize is that I think that the rink is so technologically advanced that the outdoor temperature won't make that big a difference, or am I wrong?
Could be a slower ice.
They had one in Lake Tahoe, I think, a few years ago, where I think the ice was hell.
They said it was like slushy.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've talked about doing it in Tampa for a long time because, like Brian said, the Lightning have been a very much supported team, and yes, it's a novelty. But if the weather's warm outside, it's not going to make things easy at all to pull this off. They'll make it happen, but it probably might be the last time they ever consider doing something like this. If the weather doesn't give them any ease at all in the preparation.
I mean, the real problem is going to be Miami because whatever we are, they're always warmer.
Yeah,
so.
but they're technically inside.
Oh,
they're playing at the Marlins Stadium.
Oh, I didn't realize that. But,
so yeah,
sorry.
Well, hold on.
I figured they were playing
by the way,
Joe Robbie.
The winter series in 2026 is first going to be in Miami on January 2nd. Then a month later, they take it to Tampa at Ray J.
Wait, are you saying they're going to play in the Marlins Stadium with the roof off, Lummy?
Well, they want to have the roof off, but I guess they said that if it really has to,
that's the whole
shit.
It's called the outdoor series.
I'm just telling. I know. I was reading a little bit.
Are they doing it where the Marlins play?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why they're not doing it at the Hard Rock one, but where the Dolphins play.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
it makes no sense.
I mean, well, here's the thing. I mean, there's probably less. There's less capacity at where the Marlins play, so you can pack it.
Yeah.
Whereas where the Dolphins play, that's 70,000+. Whereas where the Marlins play, it's probably mid-30s.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, about that.
But I mean, Ray J's 68,000.
Do you think it sells out?
No. I mean, Brian, do you think?
I think the novelty of. I think if the Savannah Bananas can sell it out, that the NHL playing a game at
Against
their
the Bruins.
Because you'll have Bubba. It kind of goes outside of the world of just Lightning and Bruins fans. It becomes like if you're a hockey fan, you go, "Holy hell! They're going to do an outdoor game in Florida where it's not going to be 0 degrees and I can go it'll become a destination for tourism."
I don't have to shovel my driveway to get to the game.
Yeah,
the Savannah Bananas sold that place out in one day.
No, hold on, twice.
These tickets will go like hotcakes.
Is there any footage from the Savannah Bananas? By the way, the infamous they're not even recognized by the league.
No, they're an independent team.
Right, they're like the Harlem Globetrotters.
They used to be a
AA team, didn't they?
Yes.
And then they said, "Listen, we can gimmick it up and make this more of a WWE wrestling entertainment event."
It was during COVID when they came up with the idea.
And the Savannah Bananas are this traveling baseball team that are made up of. Now, are there any former big names on there, or is it all just up and coming double, triple, and single A guys?
It's a lot of college guys, a lot of minor league guys. Here and there, they'll have a major leaguer come through, but on the team,
and they sold out Raymond James Stadium, which is where the Bucks play. That's it's about 69,000, nearly 70.
And the thing that sucks about it is
did anybody go to it?
Well, it's not. It's coming up, and I got tickets for it because you have to put it. You don't even get to buy your ticket. It's a lottery, so you have to say you want to go. Then they like a week later.
Hold on. They're that much of a demand.
And then guess what? So then after they pick you, so I got picked, and then I have to at least pick a section. And then once I pick my section, you don't know where your tickets are until the day before the game.
They don't want you scalping them.
Now,
how do they
pick your game? How do they configure the stadium?
It's going to be a weird dimension.
So if you're looking at, I got a picture of Ray J Stadium right here on my screen. Okay.
Yep.
This is obviously when the Chiefs played the Buccaneers for the Super Bowl. You can see, they got that. So where
home plate would be back where the pirate ship is.
Over
on the other side,
here.
Right, yep.
Okay.
So the right field's going to be short, like 220, 230.
So where's right field over here?
No, you just had it where it was, like where the end of the Chief is.
That's where right field is.
Yeah.
That's where right field is.
Yes, and then
so where's home plate down here?
No, back where you just were.
Okay, that's where the pirate ship is. That's where home plate would be.
That's where home plate is. You said right field.
To the right. You got to go to the S on Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the other,
right here,
home plate
is home plate.
Yes.
Right field's going to be over here.
Yep.
Center field's going to be about right here.
It's going to go all the way to the end, pretty much. They're going to use both sides of the fence. Yep.
And then what's this?
That's left field.
It's going to be deep.
You got to shoot. You're going to have to hit a 900-foot home run for left field.
They got guys on stilts out there playing.
Yeah, they do.
Now what?
Guys with no legs running the bases.
Yeah. I mean, they stop and do musicals, Bubba. It's larger than life.
Can you send me the Savannah Banana promo tape?
Yeah,
do they got like a promo tape?
Yes, I'm.
When the Savannah Bananas are coming to Ray
We call
J
that a sizzle reel.
I just sent it to you.
You got me a sizzle. Okay, here we go.
And I mean, to be honest, a lot of their guys they're talented. Like when they actually play baseball, they are talented.
Well, when you used to watch the Harlem Globetrotters, you're like, man, if this dude can hit if this guy can hit a half quarter every time, 6 nights a week, why couldn't he hit one in the NBA?
Yeah.
Lummy, could you have been a Savannah Banana?
Hell no.
All right, here we go. This is
talented.
This is the greatest show in sports. Every single game, it's been a sellout.
It's better than any sporting event I've ever been to.
Major League Baseball is not quite anything like this.
One team down south is taking the sport by storm.
The Savannah Bananas.
Savannah Bananas. Savannah Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas. Savannah Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas.
Savannah Bananas are a baseball team with one goal: to make baseball fun.
Fans first.
The number one place to come to and watch baseball.
It's the most fun you can ever have on any sport.
And by the way, they're coming to Tampa. They're playing it where the Bucks play. and they've sold out the 68,000 seat facility. They've sold it out. In fact, not only did they sell it out, but you had to enter a lottery to even get a ticket.
And you don't know where your ticket is, so I could be in the middle of center field.
Is that what you're going to say?
Is this small town fun in a big city?
I don't know.
A senior citizen dance team called the Banana Nanas, a male cheerleading team called the Mananas, a break dancing coach, a banana baby, and dancing players.
Now, is it softball, Lummy, or is
baseball?
TikTok's going viral.
Ball,
have 2 million more.
I'm sorry, what is it?
It's technically banana ball.
Banana ball.
Banana ball.
Thank you for the correction.
Followers than every Major League Baseball team.
Now their game is interesting.
It's called Banana Ball.
We have 9 rules.
With a 2-hour time limit, a moratorium on bunting and walks, and if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out.
It's part sport.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
Part circus.
Whatever's normal, do the exact opposite.
See, there's a guy pitching on stilts.
Everyone in the stands is involved in everything.
We're not in the baseball business. We're in the entertainment business.
We're watching the sizzle reel for Banana Ball.
I would be hitting somebody right in the head.
I saw the pitcher twerking.
We'll be traveling all over the country, from coast to coast.
We break down the wall.
Does this just show you how stupid the society has become?
Yes.
That this is a thing?
I mean, it's more entertaining than real baseball.
You're
I mean,
right.
You gotta...
Between player and fans.
Bringing the fun back into the game of baseball.
Nationally
All the
and
players should be on
internationally
steroids.
recognized.
What's more fun than the bananas of baseball? Fans want this.
What, Lummy?
They're showing like the highlights of kind of the ridiculousness, but when you actually watch the game, they actually like between their legs. I mean, they're talented.
Guys doing flips and throwing the ball to first from third base.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
They're showing the buffoonery, but you're saying the athletic skill set of these guys are also equally as entertaining.
Yes.
Or good.
And I also saw a guy pinch run with no legs.
What's that?
There was a guy with no legs that pinch ran, like he was running on his nubs from like first to second.
Nice. I wonder how much the guys make.
The players?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Probably about 150 grand
I got
a
to
year.
think, Brian. I mean, if you're, if your pay is anything reflective of your gate, the gate.
Yeah.
Then I got to think that they're probably making a pretty decent living when you're selling out 69,000 seat facilities. I got to think that your gate's pretty. I mean, that you're.
they're like a band that's on tour. I mean,
Yeah.
and instead of just having one rock star, they've got, like 30 guys.
It looks like they're making between 2,000 to 5,000 a game per player.
That's not bad.
52 games over 60 days.
Now, let me ask you, are you getting paid for stats or are you getting paid for gimmicks?
I think you're getting paid. Gimmicks. Yeah, I just think it's part of the show. I mean, like, WWE doesn't pay you on how many pins you get. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Goldberg would have been a zillionaire when he first started WCW. Remember, I mean, when he was like 168 nothing?
Exactly.
Before I go to words, Penn State, Notre Dame tonight in the Orange Bowl. Brian, who do you got? Who do you got and why?
It's the Pedo Bowl. I will take Penn State because I believe their defense is going to shut down Notre Dame.
Really?
Yes.
What's the spread on this game?
What is
I think
this?
Penn State's laying 1.5 or 3.5,
Yeah, I think
something like that. It's in that. It's low. It's in that range.
It's 1 point right now.
1 point.
If Notre Dame can get the running game going, I think it's going to be a much more,
Yeah, that's why I don't think they'll be able to. I think Penn State's going to stop it and force Notre Dame. They're going to play like they played against Boise. You're going to have to beat us with the pass, and our secondary is pretty good too.
I think Ohio State runs the table.
Ohio State's going to run roughshod through the remaining teams.
I agree. Their line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball is just like studs. Just their offensive and defensive line, that's the difference. Now, I mean, their skill, everybody's got fast wide receivers. Everybody's got a decent quarterback. Everybody's got a decent running back. Their offensive and defensive line, I think, is the difference in all of their what they do.
Do you think that them losing to Michigan probably helped them out and lit a fire under their ass?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing that happened to them.
People were calling for that guy to get fired.
Ryan Day.
Yeah.
Murdered. Hanged.
Take away his beard dye.
So Brian likes Penn State tonight. Lummy, I'm pulling for Notre Dame because I grew up 39 miles away from the campus.
One of my good friends, a big Penn State grad, he runs the Fiesta Bowl now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, he runs the premium ticket sales there or whatever.
Right. Did he have to shower with Sandusky to make it?
That's usually the point at which we would go to commercial. But we don't need to end on a pop.
I wish I would have gone into a pop, but I wanted to hear what your friend, I wanted to hear your story. I wanted to hear the end of your story, but that was a great pop. Great pop.
Thank you.
No problem.
He did not have to shower with Sandusky if that's the ending you were looking for.
Okay. I wanted to hear the rest of what you had to say. Otherwise, I would have gone into words with the Sandusky pop.
But that's why I'm supporting Penn State, because he's my good friend and he likes him.
What a disappointment.
I thought you had some insight.
I could have gone in with a pop on a Sandusky
I got a picture
high
of him
spot.
from the field with James Franklin at the Fiesta Bowl.
That doesn't
give a crap. We
That's
thought you
not
were gonna
nearly
bring
as strong
insight.
as a Sandusky pop.
Yeah, we thought you were going
to
say
blow
Penn
it, Brian.
State.
Way to blow it.
Jeez.
Brett, who do you like? Penn State, Notre Dame? You're a big...
Notre Dame. Macho Man's a diehard Notre Dame fan.
Yeah.
He's
Don't
super
go
excited.
Again. I'm back here wiring stuff up for Notre Dame.
Don't hate me, Mach. I don't hate me
today.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
He has not received the money that he thinks he should have from the story.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's a douchebag. Joe Montana likes him.
Well, he's from Indiana. See, the NFL is saying they may have to move the Rams game to Arizona.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why?
Fires?
Wildfires. Sorry, I told you about that. About that song, Wildfire. It's a good one, right?
I'm watching USAC footage from the track.
Michael Martin Murphy and the Rio Grande Band. You like that one, Lummy?
I usually put that on.
I saw. It is
he
looks very
crazy
passionate
song,
about California and about. He's like, please leave your keys in the car so we can move your car.
Well, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, because
Catholic Church against.
I got it now.
Yeah, okay. Incredible.
Good morning, everybody.
Penn State.
Nick the gun guy.
The Catholic Church, pretty big deal.
Got Grouper Lips, Snizook Slayer.
All right, I got a weird question. Do you think that anybody in California, any of the movie people, are like setting up cameras to film this
Get stock footage
for just like something down the road because it's obviously a real fire that they could? Okay, never mind.
No, I mean somebody should be. Yeah,
I'm just wondering.
I would say that. Yeah, they're doing that.
Well, the news station's got
Quicker Ticker. Hello.
Got a lot of cameras set up around.
You could
downtown.
set up some some of those wildlife cameras that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about just like
those GoPro like they catch deers and stuff.
You're talking the trail cameras.
Well, yeah. I'm just wondering if there's any serious directors or something that are like, oh my god, they've got this is some great content.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna make it a documentary. You know that.
This is total yacht rock.
Organic Gene. If you guys are all in, hit that like button.
Get yourself out of trouble.
Yes, help me get out of trouble. You guys.
Good morning.
You guys could.
Oh, Tuttle's way out of trouble.
Hit
He
the
saved us
thumbing.
all from hearing about the ISID. Beautiful song, though. You hook up with any girls in Indiana playing this song, Bubba?
Hey, we're gonna get a copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get a copyright.
We didn't play enough of it.
I've been playing it for 45 seconds.
Yeah, but most of it was instrumental. Where Rudy transferring from?
Right from
Illinois. Oh, they are
Island?
the real Joliet or whatever. Joliet. The bumhole of Illinois, as they call it.
I thought that would be.
I'm joking.
I don't know what's the other. Gary.
Gary, Indiana.
Oh, there's a Gary.
There's a Gary, Illinois too. There's 2 Garys.
No, Gary's pretty much Illinois.
But isn't it Gary, Indiana?
Yeah, that's very close.
It used to be the murder capital of the world, or United States.
Make Gary great again. That's what I always say.
Boy, if you can make Gary great again, you need to be a
president.
Something important.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, TJ. I couldn't explain it. I just figured it's LA. You got some fucking content going on. I mean, not everybody's in the lineup.
Or why aren't you filming for stock footage for like a disaster movie? Or
What's what I said? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I gotta be.
Yeah, they're rolling to have a documentary in 3 weeks from now.
I mean, aren't 20% of the people filmmakers out there? I mean,
yeah.
Why don't you just throw a screenplay together real quick and get out there and make a hero movie about the wildfires?
You know they got some they got some fire guys. They got some firemen all cameraed up.
I'm gonna make this story about a horny fireman that saves a child and then falls in love with the mother.
Ooh.
All while another fireman's banging his wife.
What's it gonna be
Right,
called?
and then another fireman.
Fuck my wife in a fire. Or fire love.
Fire
love. Fire infidelity.
That's like what a 7-year-old would name the movie.
Fire love.
Fire love.
Okay, you know what, guys?
Sammy's helping write it.
We're having a brainstorming session. There's no bad ideas.
Sometimes there are bad ideas.
Okay, well, you know what? Your producing check hasn't cleared yet, buddy. So when you invest in the movie, you can invest in the name.
Yeah, if you want to be an investor.
All my money's tied up in a documentary that's never coming out.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito studios. Aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Brian, the babyface Matroni, in today, which means, Brian, have you set aside some time to be part of the blizzard today?
Absolutely, man. It's cold outside. Pull up a nice warm cup of cocoa and listen to the blizzard.
The next stop set, you and I have to go out and have a little discussion.
Yeah, I'm going to help you big time.
Okay.
I'm a pro.
You guys aren't recording.
Well, you can give me an idea what I'm in store for.
Yes, I mean, yeah, I'll give you, yeah.
Thank you. Just for those scoring at home, BARP is next weekend. Brian will not be here.
Oh.
This is his, just like we annually have BARP on Martin Luther King Day week, because prices are cheaper. Now, the one thing that we have, because as used to be the Bucks were ass buckets, and you never had to worry about them being in the playoffs, so you could schedule anything around anything about this time.
Yep.
But because the Bucks were usually a non-factor, but the one thing that's been throwing a wrench into the loop for the last couple of years is, well, since at least Brady got here, was the Bucks are better, and hotel rooms are sometimes at a premium on BARP weekend because the Bucks are still playing. So and this year is the same thing.
We should move BARP to Chicago where we never have to worry about the playoffs.
That's uncalled for. What do they say? Objection, Your Honor.
Sure.
Well, okay, thank you.
Fire love.
Fire love.
Fly, Eagles, fly, dick.
Wow. So anyway, Lummy, next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is BARP. We moved some times around a little bit. Thursday is going to be 5 to 9. It was always going to be 5 to 9.
I will be able to make the Thursday event.
Really?
Great.
The pig roast.
The pig roast.
Can we put him in the box with the pig?
We can call it Fire Love Pig.
No. I do think Brian likes pork.
No, I don't eat pork.
You don't?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
What are you gonna eat?
I'm pretty much a pescatarian, but I'll occasionally eat chicken.
You don't eat pork?
No.
We were going to save the snout for you. Are you sure?
I'm a good Muslim man.
Okay. So anyway, there's a lot of Bubba Army that does eat pork, and that's what I'm relying on.
No, I'm not trying. What time out? I'm not over here trying to stop your pig roast. Your second pig roast that you've done in your career.
Get with. That was a low blow, my friend.
Well,
Truth. Let me get with Big Red and find out, is it Clearwater Poultry, and figure out the guy.
Clearwater Poultry and Eggs.
And what's the guy's?
I believe his name is Kevin.
Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin has donated the pig from Clearwater Poultry and Eggs. Now, is Clearwater Poultry and Eggs open? Is it like a wholesale business where, like, everybody, they only sell to grocers, or can,
I know they are a distributor that sells to restaurants.
Clearwater Poultry and Eggs, like a guy?
It's eggs and poultry.
I'm sorry, Clearwater Eggs and Poultry.
Even though it's not plural, it's just egg.
Clearwater Egg and Poultry.
We got it. There
Thank
we
you.
go.
And Kevin's the fine proprietor.
So we're doing it as a whole pig, even with the head on, because it's so cool whenever they do that.
Yes, we're doing that with an apple in its mouth.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Big Red's in charge of it all. I think we got a 100-pound pig. And so anyway, that's 5 to 9 on Thursday. That's here at the BRN. Usually our Thursday festivities were at Tate's Pizza, but Tate's Pizza is officially getting knocked down here soon because what was this? Milton? Was Milton the second one?
Yes.
Milton got it.
Milton took it out.
Milton took out Tate's. Tate's been there for 20-plus years, and bam, done.
I wonder what Dave Tate's doing.
He's in therapy right now. Him and Woody, the former cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers from like 82 to 90 or something like that, played with Terry Bradshaw and everything. That was Woody's. Woody would go golfing every morning, and then he would do his lunch / few shots and a few beers at Tate's every day.
And it looks like you can walk into Clearwater Egg and Poultry.
Not just that, they've got some hella good deals.
Yeah, it's a
you
good
can
place.
get a 1.5 pound bag of sliced cheddar cheese for $9.
Is that a good deal?
That's a good price, man.
Do they sell beef fat? I've been making my own beef tallow at the house.
Just like, Clearwater Egg and Poultry doesn't have the word pig in its title. I think they probably sell everything.
They sell beef, yeah. They have ground beef, round eye, flank steak, stuff like that.
Where is Clearwater Egg and Poultry at?
Clearwater, I think it's on Carroll Street.
Yeah. 1975 Carroll Street.
1975 Carroll Street. Hello, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, it's Dave West Palm. Quick, I got two questions for you. Number one is, if the Savannah Banana players are that good, how come they're not in the MLB? Because they look like amazing.
I don't know.
Well, it's because the same reason why, AAA guys and AA guys are not in the major league. It's a select few.
They're probably getting paid more than minor leaguers.
Oh, I'm sure they're making more than minor leaguers. But I mean, this guy is saying if they're that good and they have the skill set, why aren't they in the bigs?
Well, just like you said, the Harlem Globetrotters.
Just like go to any bowling alley on a Saturday and find the guy that's in the corner bowling 300s and be like, why aren't you a professional?
That's exactly right.
Or go to your local golf course and watch the guy that scratch. Why is he on the league?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's all about chances.
They're in politics and just all kinds of different things. So, I don't know.
Good point.
I have no idea, buddy.
Point.
I just know that Clearwater Egg and Poultry is located at 1975 Carroll Street in Clearwater. And they do accept walk-ins. So,
yes, they do.
Okay, now listen, when everybody used to bitch about how high-priced eggs are, can you buy Are eggs probably cheaper at Clearwater Egg and Poultry?
Carton of eggs, $3.90 a dozen.
That's cheap, ain't it?
That's low right now. I'm sure they're fresh eggs, too.
Yeah, it's cheaper than Publix is right now.
Yeah.
They're not yolking there.
So anything else you got, Dave, from West Palm?
Yeah, just one more thing. So I was listening to Operation Pigmentation yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to back Rio down a bit.
Really?
He's getting a little bit too full of himself.
Is he starting to smell himself a little bit? Let's throw it over to the proprietor of Operation Pigmentation, and that would be Seth Kushner. Dave, give me an example in particular, so that maybe Seth will know what you're talking about, or what instance you think that he was being a little full of himself.
Well, he wanted to, on BARP, he wanted to get up, he wanted to be on stage and have his ring, presented to him like he's a star of the show, and I was like, wow. I mean, that's a little bit much. Like he wanted to be singled out. And I've watched videos of Bart before, and typically like you'll like recognize people and they'll come up on the stage but he wanted this big production. At least that's what I got from it.
Throw it over to Seth. Seth, what do you say about that?
Well, I mean, we did talk about it, Bubba, and I did have their rings for them, but they envisioned it being like an Oscar type ceremony where they get called up. They wanted you to give them their rings.
Tell them it's going to be very much like the Creative Loafing Awards.
Well, they thought that was going to be like the Oscars too. So I mean, I think they're tired of getting their awards at the door, and they want to be in front of people.
Man, they're getting badass rings. I included them as part of the the on-air family, so you get a ring, and that's not good enough.
No, it's a big deal. They just wanted. I think they just wanted to be they want
to be slapped by Will Smith. I get it. Like you want the full Oscar type award show experience.
Well, we'll make it that for them then. I mean, maybe I need to come into one of these pigmentation shows and participate and kind of if it was with Seth's blessing, maybe I can sit in on the next pigmentation show, which would be Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Maybe I could sit in on that, and maybe we could just kind of get like the state of the pigmentation and maybe what our expectations of each other are. Maybe I could do that, or if that would be okay with you, Seth.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, I don't know that you guys know. Like, we're folding you into our very established world. That would be like a brand new barber coming into your world and demanding all this stuff. And you guys are the old timers and have established the brand. You gotta work smart.
Ultimately, they're very happy to be a part of stuff, and they're very proud, and so it's a big deal to them. So
maybe I can present it to them. I've never really met them and hung out with them before.
No, I think I'm going to keep you far away from any presentation, my friend. You'll talk them to death. I need you right. You know what, Tuttle? I might have you. You know how you said, "What can you do?"
Yes.
I might have you help Ashley, and sometimes Wizzy helps. Maria Guatemala. It's usually Maria Guatemala. Merch Crick, Ashley, and Wizzy are there, signing people in. Maybe I could have you there, Tuttle, as the guy representation of the show.
Oh, you want to be like the Walmart greeter?
Yeah.
At the front of the gate?
He's bitching you out. Did you just hear? He listed all the women of the BRN. He's like, and I'm going to throw you in.
Hold on, Babyface.
I'm not bitching him out.
I know you haven't been to it in a while, but Iggy last year was right there at the gate.
Well, Iggy's always at the gate.
Yeah, but
he's security.
Yeah, Iggy's not there other than he's just sizing everybody up, making sure nobody's, got a gun or something like that. Because he's got two.
Okay. I mean, I can work. I don't think you're bitching me out.
I'm not trying to bitch you out. I'm trying to. You like to talk. You're very personable. Hold on. Everybody knows you. And so, their first...
What's the last barp you made, Tuttle?
God, yeah.
2 years ago, I brought Addie with me, and that was... Yeah, I was there.
You mean the yoga girl?
Yes, uh-huh.
So anyway, Lummy, 5 to 9 on Thursday, which is the pig roast. That's going to be here. By the way, Clearwater Coastal Tents will be setting up the tent Wednesday. We'll have to have different parking arrangements for Wednesday. The tent will get set. And then Thursday is 5 till 9. That's the hog roast, so to speak, here at the BRN. And then Friday, all 3 days. We used to do Tate's Pizza on Thursday. That would be the one off-site event we did. But this year, Tate's Pizza is no longer.
Rest in peace.
Oh, Lummy, you know what? I haven't been monitoring our PayPal.
Oh.
And I got Scout and Big Gulp. They're saying, "Oh my God, we got $100 for a Babyface Tuttle double header here."
All right.
Love you, girls. Stay safe out there.
They wanted me to have the conversation.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. They wanted you what now?
They wanted me to talk to you about because they want, and there's a big demand in the Bubba Army for a Loner and Stoner T-shirt with that logo that Caviar Tacos did.
All right.
The Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah,
logo.
the Beavis and Butthead. Like I've had so many people that have been asking about that, and I'm like, well, it's not our artwork, it's not our design. You know?
Hold on. Caviar Tacos would give us the rights to it.
Okay,
He already did. He wants it to be a shirt. I think
he called in and asked for it.
But Lummy, you know what, Lummy? I need, Brian will tell you, I'm sure, I need an email from him stating that this is his original artwork and he's giving it to us at no charge to be able to make T-shirts and profit. Brian, what do we need?
Yeah, that's probably good enough. And
like an email saying, I, Caviar Tacos, have designed the Loner and Stoner artwork, and I'm giving this artwork to you at no cost for you to be able to make promotional items and or sell T-shirts with it.
In perpetuity.
In all of perpetuity until everybody in the whole earth dies.
Yes.
So send that to me, JC.
He's never asked for one thing.
So
I know, but you always gotta have. You gotta buy. You gotta.
What if these shirts take off, Seth?
You think the girls that were participating? You think P Diddy ever thought any of the white parties from 20 years ago were gonna come back?
Yes, absolutely, he did. That's why he blackmailed everybody around him. Yes, P Diddy knew that was going to be a problem. Now, Bubba, I've got a legitimate question for you. Don't get angry at me, okay? It's a business question.
Here we go.
Why don't you take pre-orders on these things and then make the amount that you actually need? Like, why don't you put up the Loner and Stoner shirt design and say, shirts will ship whatever the day is, get your order in by this day, and that's the deadline?
I could do that.
But seems like a smarter way to do it. I'm just asking if there's a reason why you haven't done it.
One, because usually we don't get stuck with any of our T-shirts except for the Honor shirt. We don't
Planet
get...
Dan.
No, Planet Dan sold. I mean, like, we didn't sell them out, but we didn't have that many left. So the ones that I have left, I can use for promos and things like that. I know I didn't get stuck with 1,000 Planet Dan shirts. I mean, I got stuck with 15 of them. So, I mean, I've made my money on them at that point. I lost my ass on the On a Cube shirts. But I have kind of, having done this for so long, I kind of got a par in my head that usually works for all T-shirts, and I'll sometimes order a little bit more based. I think with the Loner and Stoner, I think that would be a hot shirt, so I'd probably use my par numbers and maybe a little bit more. But here's the thing, that takes away from the person that didn't impulse buy, or wasn't responsible enough to get one and wants to get an impulse buy. So it's worth having a couple dozen extra laying around for, a promo for,
I get it.
So
I just thought, because I think it opens up the world of shirts, because you can be like, look, if we don't hit a minimum number, we just refund their money, sort of thing.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe with this one, I'll try that template. Maybe I'll try that template with this one. Let me see if you can get that email from
JC a message.
All right, so here's Barb. Next weekend, 5 to 9 is the hog roast, pig roast. Then Friday is Bubba 199 live. Macho will be spinning on the stage. There'll be 2 areas you can hang out with. You can hang out in the studio, or you can hang out outside. Outside we'll have stereo speaker or monitors and a video wall for you to be able to watch what's happening inside the studio. Not everybody's going to be able to fit in the studio, so we're going to have kind of like a rotation. Big Red and Creatine Travis and some of the guys
Stein.
Well, they'll rotate people out, Yeah. So that's 8 to 10 next Friday. And then Saturday, Lummy, usually we start at 7, but we're going to move it back to 8. So it's uniformly so that Friday and Saturday are both the same times.
No, I have got some people asking on Saturday.
Which is the big Barb festivities.
And Friday, what time can they start... Like at least arriving,
tailgating.
Parking. Yeah, tailgating.
No, tailgate like
noon.
Where are they going to tailgate at?
Well, where they maybe park next door, or
now let me have you gone next door and asked permission.
I have talked to them, and we are good.
Okay, and will you find out the owner, whoever, his shirt size or their shirt size, or get maybe a couple of the high-ranking guys over there? I know it's an HVAC, it's a commercial HVAC.
It's an HVAC, yeah.
And maybe get some sizes so I could send a couple little care packs over there.
I talked to our office manager, and she is going to be sending me sizes.
They just texted me. They said they don't want an On a Cube leftover shirt. So.
They don't want a Blitz and an honor shirt? Okay, no problem.
No Blitz Brigade.
So let me. I would say the earliest you can get here. Now you're not. The gate's going to be closed.
Yes.
We're not opening the gate until 7:45.
Okay.
On both nights. Okay.
Okay.
So there you go. Adjust accordingly.
Thank you.
Now, what you and I have to do, Lummy, is we have to somehow figure out if we're going to do this hayride or not.
Yes.
Brian, since you don't like the hayride,
what
else?
Every time you say hayride, it makes me think of like a little like fall festival country family thing.
What else would you suggest us to move people?
Where are you moving them from?
It's 3 blocks, Brian. People can't walk that far.
Let me whisper to him where the host hotel is.
I know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying.
That's a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, and it's not the safest walk.
It's not, and not only that, but girls in high heels or something like that. I think a girl in high heels would rather sit on a hay bale than have to walk. That's a good 4-block walk.
Yeah, and there's a lot of storm drains you can fall in. And
I mean, And so what I'm thinking about doing is having my hayride trailer right there at the Spring Hill Suites at the corner of, where the Children's Cancer Center is?
Yeah.
All right, so that I'm not on Cypress.
Right.
I have my hayride.
Well, you're giving away the hotel, kind of.
Oh, not really. There's the Marriott and there's
the Ramada.
The Ramada. There's all kinds of hotels around there.
Okay.
So it's in that little area, and so you meet me there at the Children's Cancer Center on the corner of what road is that? Is that Occident? Is that Occident and Cypress? It's Cypress and I think Occident. It's a very.
I think you are correct. It is the OCCIDANT.
Yeah, that's Occident.
How about that? Yeah. Brian, as much as you always tear me down, how about bringing me up here once in a while?
That's pretty good. You nailed it, Bubba.
Thank you. So meet me at the corner of Cypress and Occident. I won't be on the main road. Cypress is the main road. You get in my hay trailer, my hay wagon, my hay ride, and I go down Occident, make a left on Nassau, and then it's just a straight shot.
Yep.
Boom. Brian, do you think that that's a good idea? Just because people don't want to walk that far, and it I just think it'd be, even though you might be sitting on a hay bale, I think it's better than walking that distance.
It's a great gimmick. You can reuse the hay afterwards. The goats could be eating it afterwards. So, it all works. And I think it's going to make you feel more into the fall type festival thing, even though Brian is kind of taking a crap on it. I think fall festivals are fun.
I think once I broke it down and Brian knows the distance of how far people have to walk, that sitting on a hay bale isn't as bad as he initially thought.
No, how long is the hay ride going to be operating, and who's driving the tractor?
I'm driving the truck. I'm driving the truck. I'm driving the truck.
Because the people at the party are there to see you. So if you're operating the hayride all night, then
it's not all night. I'm gonna.
Well, how are they getting back?
Well, that's the problem.
It's a one way.
So why don't we just? Okay. All right. So
here's the deal. I'm gonna hook my truck up to or whatever we hook up, and I can start giving rides back, but I'm gonna probably be not in a condition to be giving rides back. So, I don't know. That's a little bit where we're...
Well, if everybody thought the content house was a bad idea, wait till you guys see the hayride spectacle.
If you get an accident while you're on the hayride, let me know.
See, lawyers ruin everything.
They do.
We do.
Dan went out there and was taking pictures of that had no railings whatsoever, and Dan was taking pictures that you could actually buy and put a railing there. He was really trying to make it happen.
Let me.
Dan's talking about prefab.
We could make railings, but I'm trying to find a trailer I'm trying to find a trailer that has railing already, including but not limited to Aaron's, 8.
We're not going to be able to use that. He landed a big job. And
he did?
Be on the job site.
All right.
Yeah.
Well.
Have you thought about like a pedal pub?
What's that mean?
Oh, no. Those are so bad.
No one wants to bike to the...
Well, no, that's just, you could get more people at in one hall if you do it. It's like, it's the bars... It's a bar, Bubba, that's on a bike.
And everybody has to pedal while they're wasted.
Yeah, so it's like everybody's pedaling. You don't have to do all the pedaling.
The women in the heels are pedaling.
And it's a bar, so they're serving drinks. It's a whole thing.
How about this? None of the women are coming unaccompanied except Scout and Big Gulp, and they're not going to be rocking heels. So
they're not going to be here this year.
Yeah, they can't make it this year.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm not going.
All right.
But they got dudes over there that'll drop them off, and then the dudes can walk. And like I said, people are more than welcome to park over at my office and
you know what I might do?
The 2 blocks.
I might get the Merch Crick, who has established a relationship with the host hotel. She's the one that got the rate. Maybe we could use their shuttle service.
Okay.
And if they're not making airport runs, they shuttle our people over here. Or something like
That'd
that.
be nice. I sent you a picture of what Seth wants, the pedal pub bike.
Yeah, but you have to buy that, don't you?
You rent it.
You rent it.
You're going to have to get something, Bubba. You got to say.
Why are you guys let's do that hayride, man? You act like our listeners are a bunch of pussies and don't know how to do
How
anything.
do you steer this thing?
There's there's a steering wheel.
It's a team effort.
Yeah.
No.
But look at everybody's having fun.
Absolutely not.
Look at that.
Absolutely not.
You can't get 12 people on a hayride, Bubba. You could get 12 on a pedal pub.
How many people you think you could fit 12 people in a hayride?
Yeah.
Oh,
listen, you know what? I'm going to keep this off the air. Let me know. You and I will handle
Yes,
it.
sir.
Me, you, Big Red.
You have my support. I'll help.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Big Buck's got he's got a badass truck. Red's got a badass truck. We could literally just truck people over.
It's not your responsibility. Like, they've gotten over here in years past. Why is it a thing this year?
I said people have come all the way from Missouri and Nevada, but the final 3 blocks.
It's because it's all of our other years, the host hotel has been over by the World of Beer, which is less of a walk.
It's a more dangerous walk.
Yeah, it's true. It's less lit. It's less lit. But we had Big Mike from Southwest Florida Golf Carts that brought 2 6-seater golf carts, and he would shuttle them back and forth. Well, Big Mike's partner screwed him, and he's no longer part of Southwest Florida Golf Carts. So, maybe we could, if I could find somebody that had...
Don't Dan and Jay have golf carts?
I think Jay... Yeah, but how particular they are on their stuff.
They said Jay's got one with 3 rows.
Jay's got a 6-seater. All you need, Lummy, is like 3 6-seaters.
That's right.
But, maybe we should rent those. Maybe we should find out we can rent.
But you still need 3 drivers now.
That's okay. I can find 3 drivers.
Sober people?
You can be drunk and just make it.
No.
You can be drunk and make it here.
Oh, boy. How about this? Get here on your own. Figure it out. You're adults. You spent $2,400 to be at this party. You can spend $10 to Uber over here.
But if you look at potential content and potential effery, having the hayride here could be potentially some great content.
The whole night's content.
Yeah, I just don't know how the hayride turns into good content unless something really bad happens.
Which would means someone falls off, which is really the best.
Or you get into a car accident, or you get a flat, or it's just like it's only going to be funny it's not going to be funny watching people successfully go from point A to point B.
No, that's
in a
big.
hayride.
No, hayrides are big right on reels and stuff. Like you'll talk to Gary. Hayrides are very popular right now.
Yeah.
Because people are snowed in.
Let's talk to the content guy. Rhett, do you think that us having a hayride from the host hotel area-ish to the to the studios would produce potentially some great content, or do you think it's the juice isn't worth the squeeze?
Hello. He's currently unavailable.
What do you think, Mach?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And what's your opinion of the potential hayride?
I've got a 4-seater side by side.
Yeah, I understand. I don't need to know everybody's sport utility vehicles. I just need to know what you think. What you think about my pickup truck pulling a trailer with hay bales where people sit on that get to the studio that I pick them up at the Children's Cancer Center. I can't necessarily ensure that I can get you back there, but I can get you here. What's your opinion on that?
It'll be great. We'll do lasers and get a sound system on there.
He's technoing out
concert
here.
On the way over.
Why are we overthinking a goddamn hayride?
I know. We screw up. You know what? You know who our worst enemies are? Ourself.
Why are you bringing us into this, man? Here's the thing.
Everybody's saying yes, no, yes, yes, no,
because
yes.
here's what's happening, Bubba. Two things. One of them is that you are going to have way more things on your mind and things to do than be giving hay rides back and forth. And also, now people are asking just how much it is to rent a van. They're willing to pay for it so you can shuttle people over here. Like so people are. There's trying to help out. Other ideas.
I mean, how much could an Uber from that place to here possibly be? $5?
You guys are killing the content.
They're killing the content. They're killing the concept.
Bubba, you gotta be. You can't be 2 hours shuttling people.
I wouldn't be. The shuttle service is only available 7:30 till 8:15. That's it.
Oh my God!
And Bubba probably do the first one and then hand it off to someone else.
No, that's part of the deal is that I, Bubba the Love Sponge, it's not beneath me to shuttle you to my event.
I mean, it should be.
That would be like, if, Patrick Mahomes was driving the shuttle bus at the Kansas City game.
That's right.
And the next thing you know, you see him playing. That'd be cool as hell. It'd be like, man, I shuttled over with Patrick. And you make it a heart. My first pickup will be 7:30. My last pickup will be 8:15.
You got to have the goats in the back of the trailer. That would make it. Now you want to make content? You got the goats.
Here's what I'm afraid of. I would put the goats in the back of my tailgate area, but they'll jump out.
You don't have collars and leashes for them?
No, I got them all bound up, and they're going to choke
hang themselves.
And then they jump off and they hang themselves. And now
we're in the content business,
now I'm on trial for the killing of a dead goat.
We have a goat roast.
A goat hanging could go viral. Bubba, I've changed.
Goat hanging would go viral. You know what, Bubba? What?
Bubba, you know what? I forget everything that I've said over the past few days. I actually think it's a great idea. It just hit me. I've had an epiphany, and I think you should do it.
What happened? What changed your mind?
I want all hell to break loose. I don't care anymore.
You want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past? Go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
Hey, did I see that Tess is in here? If Tess is still in the chat room, thank you for the pen that you gave me for Christmas.
Yes, thank you very much. The bullet pen. It was awesome.
So thank you, Tess.
Tease.
Tease?
Tease, you dumbass.
Tease? I'm sorry.
Sorry, Bubba, for talking today.
I know. You did a good job baby facing that last segment, though, man. Sucking up. Good job.
Just, Bubba's been in this business for a while. He knows good content. And he's
Wag says as long as Lasker's not driving and you don't drink, it'll be a good deal. I agree. Lasker would literally try to throw people off.
Yeah, he would. He would drift it around.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to gas this up.
Hey, y'all watch this.
I'm taking around this corner. Tight. You better hold on.
Left corner coming up strong.
Lean to the right.
Rubbing racing. Sorry, buddy, about your luck.
Sorry, your lady fell out.
Hello, Mitch Mark. Good morning.
Next time, be a gentleman and you sit on the outside.
Better hold on.
Yeah, how about it?
Is Gene gonna be at?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Permagrom. Good morning. Berto Perez.
Is he bringing Sarah?
I love you, Sarah.
Love you, Sarah.
Oh, come here. I gotta talk to you. Come here.
Oh yeah.
Like, see, I got it.
Yeah. So I think you're fine on that side.
No, can't hear you, much. Do I gotta have my headphones on? Yeah. As far as I know, Gene will be in tomorrow, guys. Nick the Gun Guy, hello. Somebody said we need more stagger on the trailer. Hey, Red.
Hey, Total. Good morning.
I don't talk too much.
Why?
Because I got in trouble this morning for talking.
talking to me?
Yeah, I did.
Well, there's nobody in. It's just you and I. Though.
Yeah, I know. Everything good?
Yeah, staying busy. Just had a lot of paperwork to do a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Anything I can help you with, or are you good?
No. It's a personal deal.
Okay.
That's why I didn't answer, Bubba. was too caught up.
No, he was just wanting to get your opinion on the content of the.
No, I definitely think with content there's something there, but to a certain degree, the juice isn't worth the
Just
squeeze.
overthinking
Is how busy. Yeah, I think everybody's overthinking it, but like if Bubba wants to be hands-on with it, he's gonna be busy for an hour, and he's not gonna want to fucking do anything.
Or he'll get mad.
He'll get pissed off. Just let somebody else handle it.
It's gonna be cold as shit too. Did you look at what the high temperature? The
For
overnight
that Saturday, it's like 58 or something.
Yeah, but then the overnight low. So
that's still warmer. That's still warmer than it has been.
2 years ago, it was cold as a motherfucker.
2 years ago was probably the coldest.
Overnight low on Friday is going to be 40. So it'll.
But I think that daytime high for Saturday is in the 50s.
Yeah. Thursday high 55. Friday high 59.
Man, that wind chill is really what'll get you. If there's a breeze coming through, it'll make it feel 5-10 degrees.
Thank you for letting us hang out at your tailgate on Sunday.
Oh, thank you, Tuttle, for coming. Good time. Great to meet
You're not
Longwood.
sincere.
Huh?
You're not sincere.
Oh, she said it was
Trying to be nice.
You tailgate You got to tailgate Sunday night, Lummy?
No, Sunday. Oh, this Sunday?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
You're
I'm
going,
already
right?
mad that it's 8 o'clock.
Are you going to be in the Diaco box? Okay. All right.
I don't know. I may be going by myself.
What?
You're going for sure?
Yeah.
Hey, Lummy made an executive decision about the hayride.
What?
Well, I don't know if it's for on air. I mean, I'm just saying.
Hey, Iggy. Yeah, it was good to see you too.
He executively produced a decision on it.
That, Brandon's going to pull it with his wheelchair?
He's not coming either.
Oh, my goodness.
You're 0 for 2 today.
Well, I'm not going to be there.
He needed his
my
van.
My two favorite people.
His van broke. He needed his handicap van, and Bubba wouldn't step up and fix it.
We do GoFundMes for
He has an emoji with the.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I want to show
Can
that
you
to
do a
Bubba.
GoFundMe for Brandon's van?
He wouldn't. I was trying to get
Bubba,
something
can I
going. He said
interrupt
we
for
already kind
That
of
was what Scout and Big Gold.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabeto studios.
Aquabeto.com/Bubba.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Today after the show, it will be a podcast. It'll be available if you're a subscriber, either on Locals or our YouTube channel, and that is The Blizzard with Seth Kushner and Brian the Babyface Matroni. Probably one of our hottest, as much as I don't like giving Brian credit, it's probably one of our hottest franchises that we have in the podcasting world. That and Operation Pigmentation and Clem and Kush. Those are kind of like our top three.
Loner and Stoner's up there too, man. And
I don't know. You have to ask Seth on the stats on that. It's Loner and Stoner.
I think Lummy still does a sports show too.
Yes, it does, but it's not on the podcast. It's just YouTube only.
And I'm recording Tuttle and Kristen when I get back on the East Coast.
That needs to be something that needs to happen.
It's happened. There's multiple episodes of it up.
Yeah,
Bubba.
3.
Tuttle and Kristen.
Yep.
Do you want me to plug you in more into the podcast world, or
no?
Are you not okay?
I just want
not a daily downloader.
I want you to tell me what's doing good and what's doing bad, and you know what you need me to get involved in, if anything, including sitting in next Operation Pigmentation show, sitting in on that and kind of tightening the boys up a little bit.
Okay, yeah, we can tighten the boys up. The only thing I need to know as the podcast president is when is the
president of podcasting.
When does the
flows better?
When does the Right on Red podcast start?
We're not doing it. It's canceled. Why would you do that, Seth?
Well, Brian, because I just want everybody to know this, and let's move on. Brian came to me and was like, "Listen, I love being on the air, but Thursdays I pretty much have to. But I'm pretty much just doing half days for the firm on Thursdays because I participate in the podcast. I don't think that I can do that as in addition to. So
because we talked about not reducing the blizzard because people like it.
Right.
So why were we going to take a property that people like and cut it in half?
So it might be just me and Shannon. It might just be I might not do it at all. It has it has a lot to do with people's availability.
Okay, all right,
and things like that. So
I just wanted to know how much Macametroni I had, and I have them all. So
you got
thank
them all. You got them all, buddy.
Those Macametroni shirts are going to sell like hotcakes too once we get.
Lummy, somebody
artwork.
said that you might have had something to bring up, or you made an executive decision while I was talking to Brian.
Well, it was just about the hay barrel thing because we were out there, Rhett, Seth, myself, we were talking about it. And one of the concerns that, Seth and Red both said is that, they don't want you taken away from the party, having to go back and forth for an hour and 15 minutes.
But here's the deal. But an hour and 15 minutes, 7:30 to 8:15 is...
And let's be clear, it's 7:30 and then you're not getting another ride.
7:30 to 8:15 is 45 minutes.
Well, no, but Bubba, this
and
thing
of
is,
which 30 minutes of 30 minutes of it is we're not open.
Yeah, I know, but there's just always things that can come up. So, listen, Tuttle said that, it's content, things like that. So why don't we have Tuttle drive it and treat it like he's a tour?
He thinks he should.
He has a truck and a trailer hitch.
That palm tree I hit out there is still there.
And let's dress him up like a scarecrow or a farmer or something.
No, he can sit out there.
I think we could maybe dress up Tuttle as like a chauffeur.
Yeah,
I could do that.
A chauffeur.
And we could hook a PA system up, Bubba, so when he's driving, he could give like a Bubba Army welcome to. He likes to talk.
Hold on, so you could be like the guy at Disney World.
Yes. It's like
welcome to the Bubba's Hayride. We will be going down Occident Street here. They're making a left down Nassau. We will be going through a stoplight, I think, which might be Ward Street or whatever the hell it is.
There's the ditch that I G-watered Lemmy in.
If you look to the left, there's a palm tree that's about half dead that I hit 10 years ago when I was drunk in my PT Cruiser.
And if you look to the right, that's Eat More Pies. That's where Seth.
If you look to the right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Bake More Pies. We're almost to the destination, but that's where Seth spent 6 months working and would do long walks for lunch and be afraid to look at anybody at the BRN.
One time Seth was walking and I go, "Hey Seth, I see you," and he puts his hood over his head. I mean, it wasn't even confrontation. I was like, "Hey Seth, I see you," and he picked up his pace and like almost jogged to the entrance.
Welcome to the Bubba Annual Barb Party Hayride, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Tuttle, and this is a short ride, and so please, everybody, hang on to the hay bale if you could.
Make sure all your belongings.
Do not stand up, don't do anything.
Do not stand up. Do not put your hands outside the wheel wells or anything like that.
We can do a tip jar?
I don't need tips.
No.
Come on.
No tip jars.
Tipping's optional, man. You don't want to.
You know what? Here's what I think is that I think I should drive and Tuttle be my assistant.
Oh, God. Why doesn't everybody go on the frickin' hayride with you, Bubba?
Hold on, because that way...
Why don't we make Barpa just a hayride back and forth?
That way, Tuttle, I'm just the driver.
Bubba, can we just get down to the roots of this? Hold on. You really just want to drive the hay bales.
Yeah.
Like, let's be clear about this. This is some sort of boyhood dream.
I want to listen, I've walked that walk. And I've
those 3 blocks.
And I'm going to be honest with you. You know what? And I should have taped
the main streets of Cyprus.
The Merch Crick will validate that I have recently walked that walk, and it's pretty far. And I was
it's a 10-minute walk tops.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, the Bubba Army isn't in the best of shape. Okay,
we can't afford to lose anyone to a grabber.
I mean, hold on now. Have we not lost somebody every year?
Oh my God, man!
Hold on, we lost.
Not coming to the party.
Not at the party. You got to clarify that part.
We lost David Hernandez one year.
Damn.
We lost Elwood one year.
How many of them were for walking?
We lost. Cable Dog's dad one year. Am I not right?
Rest in peace. All these terrible accidents.
You don't want to put
$20.
Listen, the Bubba Army, man, you don't want to put any added pressure on their heart. They're already going to be drinking and getting high and doing all kinds of things at the party. So you want their walk to be, you don't want to get all sweaty or it's cold.
It's going to be like 32 degrees. Sweaty
or cold.
It's going to be 45
or cold.
Bubba, I will be your assistant.
That's what I'm saying, Tuttle. Here's what I'm saying.
I have to be driving the hayride. I mean, there's no way anybody else can do it.
So here's what we do.
I'll be your hayride, Huckleberry.
Tuttle, here's how we do it.
Okay.
I pull in, boom. You get out, and you're like, you assist everybody in loading up. Like the girls might need a hand. You help load everybody up. Then you tell everybody, keep your hands in, blah, blah, blah. And Tuttle, you could actually ride in the back of the tailgate area.
Yeah. Well, that was my thinking, Bubba.
And I could keep my window open, and you can communicate with me. Like if, Bubba, you might want to slow it down a notch. I got a girl hanging on.
Or if you take a turn too hard or something, I could be like.
Well, I figured we'd give him like one of those like small karaoke machines that like Babyface had, and that's what he could use to kind of, talk.
No, he can use my megaphone.
Yeah, megaphone.
Okay. Use my megaphone.
I don't know if okay.
Have you thought about doing any riding horseback at all? Have you thought about adding that to the mix?
No, you're just
putting
being ridiculous.
Putting a mechanical bull in the middle of it.
Get a couple Clydesdales and really take off online.
Right. What, horse carriage instead of a truck carriage?
Okay, yeah, sorry.
How about
Horses
you guys
is too
just
far.
let me and Bubba worry about it, and we'll get it taken care of.
Whatever it is, I gotta be driving.
And by the way, Buck has reminded me. Buck was at the track last week, and I think Merch Creek will validate it. I have a trailer up there in Ocala that has sides to it, Lummy.
Yeah, that's the one I thought yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm going to bring that. I don't know if it's Ken's or it's Erica's or who's. We got all kinds of trailers. And so I'm going to bring that one. It has sides on it. And I think we could probably get, 10 people, 10 to 12 people. Well, first of all, Tuttle, I can get 3 people in my truck. Yeah. I'm sorry, 4. I can get 4 people in my truck. Could probably put a couple in the back with you.
Can we put hay in the bed?
So people are hopping in the back of a truck bed to avoid walking 3 blocks.
Yes, Babyface.
And women in heels.
We can't lose anybody.
Women in heels go right to the trailer because it's not a very tall step up.
We'll give him a little step, Bubba, if we need to.
Tuttle can have like this little step that he comes out.
Yeah,
Tuttle will get them all. Yeah,
we got it.
We're doing it.
Y'all don't worry about it.
We're doing it. Let's not. In fact,
don't worry
in
about
fact,
it.
I'm wasting too much valuable time on this stupid subject. Lummy, the first pickup will be at 7:30.
Got it.
And then I'm just gonna be shuttling people till 8:15. That's it. And at 8:15, Lummy, I'll park my truck across the street or something in case we want to start shuttling people back. Lummy, I am going to try to make it to the Dollhouse this year. Warren, the general manager, co-owner of the Dollhouse, is giving me, I'm going to meet with him early next week to give me passes for people to get in for free, and I think drink coupons.
Oh, sweet.
So the after party is going to be at the Dollhouse. The other thing is this, and I was going to wait till 2. Well, here's what I'm shooting for.
Oh, boy.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. My buddy Jesse from Jackal. Everybody's familiar with Jackal. We've had Jesse on the air before. Jesse Dupree.
Great guy.
They're playing an OCC over in 49th and 19 over there in Pinellas County.
The Quaker Steak spot, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right across the street from Quaker Steak. OCC, Orange County Choppers, along with what's the Harley Davidson dealership called?
Barracuda? Is that the one?
I think it is, yeah. And that's where Jesse plays. The venue, it's about 2,500 to 3,000 people. So I'm going to have Jesse on the air Tuesday promoting his. Now, this is Saturday night, the night of BARP. But BARP's not open to the general public. So the Bubba Army out there that are not coming to BARP, that didn't qualify to BARP, that's not somebody's +1, I'm going to ask you to go see Jesse at OCC Saturday night, Jackal. Now, I'm going to have Jesse on the air next Tuesday promoting the event. And Lummy, they get off stage about 10:30. I'm inviting Jesse and the band to pull their tour bus up and come to the party. I asked Jesse about it yesterday when arranging his appearance on the show, and he's like, yeah, dude, I might be able to do that. So there's a chance that Jesse and his bandmates from Jackal will be coming to BARP.
For an acoustic set?
Maybe.
Oh, and then you can use the tour bus to shuttle everybody back.
Yeah, there you go.
But I mean, them
so
just
I think I'm 60-40 of having them pull their tour bus up because they have to go in order to. Their next gig is Saturday night. I'm sorry, Sunday is Mount Dora. So they're leaving Pinellas County Saturday night. They have to literally drive right by the studios to get to I-4.
Yep.
And I'm going to see if they'll divert and come spend an hour or so at our party.
Dr. Dan is feverishly learning how to play a Jackal song on his guitar so he can play with the boys.
Dr. Dan, I'm going to make an executive decision. Dr. Dan will not be playing any guitar solos at BARP this year. Hello, who's this?
Funny. What's up, Bubba? How you doing this morning, my friend?
Good.
Good, man. Man, I seen Jackal. My dad took me to see them in '97 or something like that. No, it was when the first album came out. And, yeah, I'll never forget it, man. Those dudes are great. Jesse's the man, dude.
Very much so. What's going on, bud?
Not much, buddy. Just calling in and seeing how you're doing. Hope you guys have a good weekend at BARP. Is this weekend BARP?
No, next weekend. Next starts weekend? On Thursday, ends on Saturday. Thursday, 5 to 9, Hog Roast. Friday, 8 to 10, Bubba 199 Live. And then Saturday night, 8 to whenever. Hay rides, and lots of greatness.
Heck yeah, man. Well, heck yeah, dude. You guys are legends, man. We watch your show every day, man. I was in there with Head PE when we were there last in
September. Heck yeah. Head PE is awesome.
They're great, and they're good dudes, too, man. They're great dudes.
In your studio. It was a beautiful studio, man. You guys are awesome.
We do have the coolest radio studio in all of radio.
It really is nice, man.
Heck yeah.
Man.
I got to tell you, this is the best.
Appreciate you, bud. Thank you.
I'll be back in Florida in March.
What's that?
Head PE will be back in Florida. They'll be at the Brass Mug in March.
Will you book them for me?
We tell you their problem is that their show's on a Sunday, like Jackal, where they come in, go right out, and it's on a weekend.
Well, let's maybe on Friday night Zoom them at least to promote their show.
Will do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, Tuttle, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, Macho, this is the best out of all the years that I've worked in this studio. It's the best that it's ever looked.
Oh, it looks so good. Like, if you watch other radio personalities that are attempting to be on YouTube, they have, they're...
They don't have nearly the number of TV screens you do.
They don't have nearly the number of... They don't have nearly the number of nothing. Ours literally looks like a.
It's like Times Square in here.
Well, it's
sensory overload.
It's like a big time set, is what it is. It's like a big time set. We're just not, at microphones, with one little logo behind us. We got all kinds of things going on. Lummy, I think Tuttle sent this to me. Tampa based, but crazy. Did you see this? This Tampa Bay doctor charged with sexually exploiting minors.
Ugh.
Yeah.
6 o'clock news.
First on Fox.
Lloyd Sowers?
No, I think it's the Wilson kid.
Good evening. I'm Allie Corey.
And I'm Mark Wilson. So glad to have you with us tonight. Right now at 6, new allegations against a Bay Area doctor are as shocking as it gets. Tonight, 59-year-old Stephen Leedy is charged with sexually exploiting a number of minors. One of them died in an apparent suicide. Let's bring in Fox 13's Kylie Jones.
Wow, this is bad.
Biggie 7375, $25.
Newsroom with details.
And did the kid kill himself because of the touching?
No, his whole thing was he asked them to do it, to hurt themselves.
Oh, his whole thing was doing that?
Yeah.
His gimmick was to get the kids to hurt themselves?
Yes, cut themselves, and he was able to get that one to hang himself.
From a fan?
Brian, would... Oh, no, not from a fan because it was successful. Brian, could this, not that you're a criminal guy, but you are an attorney, like if you're a doctor and they were able to provide that a minor killed themselves because of your, because of your trafficking or because of
your encouragement and your influence.
Could you face the death penalty?
Death penalty probably not, but we had that similar case in I think it was Massachusetts.
Grooming, I meant grooming.
Where the girl was like encouraging her boyfriend to commit suicide, and she was convicted. I mean, they convicted her of that, so it is not unprecedented.
Would this come from? That was a boyfriend-girlfriend situation.
Yes.
This comes, sometimes they have the kicker where if you're a person of position, like a lot of times the teachers get in trouble because they have that you're a person in power over that kid's position kicker. Now, would this be because you're the doctor, you're a position of power over this kid, and that could be what they call it, mitigating or like a aggravating an aggravating factor.
Yeah.
Whereas because you're just not the boyfriend girlfriend, you're actually the doctor where this kid you kind of have a power or control or suggestion over some. I know sometimes that's a kicker. Sometimes.
Yeah, that would definitely be an aggravating factor.
Of the federal indictment, and they are awful, Kylie.
Mark, they are. Dr. Stephen Leedy was arrested outside of Atlanta several days before Christmas. But these
now is he a Tampa?
Yes.
Was he traveling to Atlanta because he knows he's in trouble?
Yes, I think so.
Disturbing alleged crimes happened in 2021 and 2022. Court documents say Dr. Leedy hid behind a cloak of anonymity, and a lot of the details in these alleged crimes are too graphic to share. The allegations against a longtime Tampa Bay doctor are shocking.
This would be absolutely disgusting and horrific to a new level.
Dr. Stephen Leedy.
I'm going to tell you right now, if my child, how old was this child?
13.
My 13-year-old,
yeah.
If my 13-year-old child killed themselves because of this doctor's grooming, and they went to trial, the whole 9 yards, they find him guilty, I don't know that I wouldn't go to prison. Because I would kill the person.
You'd be like that guy in that airport that hung out and just blasted the guy in the back of the head.
And I'd just turn myself. I'd either kill myself. Brian, I don't know. I kind of like my chances going in front of a jury. A lot of times jury be like, "Hey man, I don't blame the guy." I mean, right? I mean, if you lost your 13-year-old because of this guy's grooming, and a court finds him guilty, boom, boom, boom. At sentencing, I'm waiting outside the courthouse, and I blast him, Lummy, with one of my brand new AR-15s that the Bubba Army bought me. I don't know. I think Brian, when you're being tried criminally, you can have one holdout, and it's a hung jury, right?
That's what you need,
right? You have one good old boy from Plant City be like, man, I don't blame him. I would have killed him too.
You're really leaving it to chance there with picking your jury. I mean,
know you are, but you know what?
I'll have to be there for you, buddy.
I was just getting ready to say, man, I got one of the best jury pickers ever. You and I sometimes get heat and go back and forth, but I will right now tell everybody one of the reasons I had great counsel for the MJ trial. I had great counsel. I had Greg Herring. I had J. Diaco. I had Brian. But during voir dire, and that's where cases are won. That's where you pick the jury. MJ hired this Harvey Moore guy who's supposed to be the big slinging D in Tampa, and Brian. Little old Brian outworked all of them. We had more information, and our jury selection was far better, and that's one of the reasons why we kicked MJ's ass, because Brian's jury prep voir dire. You were dead on. In fact, you were giving us stats when we were picking, like, oh my God, we didn't even know. Like, well, this person does this, and where they work here, and they do that, and this, and you got to strike this one. We got to have this one.
Yeah, it was a unique situation.
You know why? Because you were on the cutting edge of internet technology back then, way more so than most. Am I right?
Yeah, it was easy. It was not easy. It took me all night. I was up until 3 a.m., just coming up with a like a little dossier on each individual. No, it was a binder. And
you had a binder on everybody, from where they worked to where they went to church, what they're involved in.
I found somebody who sold their old sport bike, so I was like, well, they're an outdoorsy just anything I could find about them, we were gleaning together. But that's,
so good.
Your trial was a unique situation because it took multiple days to select a jury. Most of the time, that's not happening. Most cases, you're getting a jury in 2 hours or less. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, maybe a high-profile murder case involving a former DJ shooting somebody outside of a courthouse might take a couple more days to get a jury on.
How are they ever going to be able to pick a jury with this Luigi guy?
They'll get one.
I mean, they have to do change of venue?
No, I don't think they'll have to change venue.
Leedy is accused of targeting at least 10 children online. The U.S. Attorney's Office says through sexually explicit chats, Leedy would instruct the children to do a variety of sex acts.
This is much like the Mama Bear situation.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
What was that guy's name? Alex.
He was a band guy too.
He was part of the Clinton Foundation. Worked for Alex. I don't know, but anyway, he groomed this 15-year-old girl in Brandon that we broke the story on that caused Mark Ober to lose the election.
On video calls with him. A court motion says Leedy also instructed the children to cut, choke, and hang themselves, all while under the guise of his username, MaximumUncle, #9112.
Many kids have very positive images of an uncle. They feel like they can trust.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. You know how many good uncles are out there right now that do great uncle things, pick up their nephews and take them fishing, and pick up their nieces and take them where, to the bounce, whatever the hell, nice, great, above board uncle-like things. But this gives uncles, instantaneously makes you not want to be called an uncle. I don't want to be called Uncle Bubba. Because you got guys like this that are doing really bad uncle things.
An uncle, and from what we know, he utilized that kind of common knowledge to gain trust and to manipulate young kids.
One of the most egregious allegations surrounds the death of one of those victims, a 13-year-old girl. Investigators say,
do they have proof? Well,
Yeah,
I guess
obviously they indicted him. Yeah.
Here we go.
the young girl was found dead in her bathroom in front of her phone, appearing to have hanged herself. The motion says investigators found conversations and video chats with Leedy telling her to harm herself. Advocates at the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay call this master manipulation.
It is about power and control, and that is what that individual did to these children, is that elicited power and control over these kids and groomed them.
In a Google search.
Is this guy right here?
Yeah, that's him.
Ugh. Filthy ass ginger.
Leedy's photo appears associated with the...
Nothing against great gingers. There's some great gingers in our world. Rat, Big Red.
That's about it.
Wiz, isn't Wiz a
Wiz
ginger?
a ginger, yeah.
Yeah, Wizzy's a ginger. There's 3 good gingers right there. Might be top 3 gingers.
The Florida Hospice and Palliative Care Association. But the link directs you to a page that doesn't exist. It's not clear where Leedy was currently...
Now, is he a pediatrician? Or what type of doctor is she saying? It's not clear where he was a doctor.
He was a palliative care doctor.
What's that mean?
Like help you manage
hospice,
pain.
yeah.
Well, his wife was the chief administrative officer of the Juvenile Welfare Board of Pinellas County.
Currently employed, but Empath Health confirms he was previously the chief medical officer at Tidewell Hospice. The organization confirms Leedy had...
So
this guy's into death.
Yeah, what I'm saying is his job as a doctor was on the hospice side of things, which is, the
end of life.
It is. When you're taking your family member or your loved one or your friend or whoever, when they're entering hospice, that usually is where you're wrapping things up.
Yeah, you're not getting out. You're not getting better when you go to hospice.
They're not giving you preventative treatment and trying to fight whatever's killing you. They're trying to make you as comfortable as they can
on the way out.
Yeah. That's hospice. Mm-hmm. So that's what this doctor is. He's a hospice doctor, but he's got this freak-ass fetish where he wants kids to harm themselves. This might be one of the most worst things I've ever seen. It's far worse than the Hogan sex tape.
But you also got to realize a lot of families come and visit people in hospice. Sometimes kids even go there to, say goodbye.
Yeah, I wonder where he would get his...
Well, that's what I was saying about his wife. They're saying that possibly he found some of his people through
his wife's work.
Oh,
yes.
Get her too.
Well, I guess she
may
had no
not
clue
know.
about
Well,
it.
so she says. I mean, we need to investigate her.
Hasn't been employed there for more than 10 years.
And he was trusted in the community. He had a lot of skill sets. And in this double life that he led, unfortunately, he utilized those skill sets to really victimize innocent children in our community.
That lady went from that conversation right there to pulling a football out from under Charlie Brown immediately.
Yeah.
Attorneys say He adamantly denies the charges, saying in a statement, quote, "It is particularly important in moments like this when someone is being accused of very troubling allegations."
That was my attorney who didn't take notes.
That we afford him.
What do you mean?
The guy who's talking here. Leedy's attorney,
Bjorn.
He was my original attorney in the whole.
He was.
Yeah, the whole briefcase gate thing and all that.
Before you fired him.
Yeah. He was a tool.
Hey, the presumption of innocence. We will be entering a not guilty plea at the earliest opportunity and look forward to vigorously defending
Bjorn
Brunvand.
Dr. Leedy.
Do you remember the phone call when you fired him?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, "Hey, man, I need the notes from my meeting with the feds." And he goes, "Well, let me check and get back with you." And I knew he hadn't taken any. And then he called me back. He's like, "Well, I don't have any notes." I was like, "Yeah, because you didn't take any, you idiot." I was like, "You're fired. You're fired."
Did you give him a Vince McMahon or a Donald Trump one? Which one? A combo?
Vince McMahon's fire is way better.
Oh, he is. He's way better.
You're fired.
Brian, can I ask you a question? So, as a lawyer, do you want your client to tell you if he did it?
No, you
or
never.
Not?
You don't ever ask that ultimate question. Because you want to presume that he's innocent. That's your presumption.
But could it help you if he?
No, you can't, because it limits you in what type of evidence you can present. You can't put him on the stand.
Yeah, but can I ask you a question?
If you know that he did it, you can't put him on the stand saying that he didn't do it.
But what if a guy you're representing blurted out, "I did it"?
That changes. I mean,
I know, but what I'm saying is you as an officer and as his client attorney privilege, you don't have to tell the court that, do you?
No, you can't tell the court that. You can't tell the
That's
court
what I'm
that.
saying.
But you can't also, if I have a client who says, "I did it, this is how I did it, yada, yada, yada," I can't then allow him to testify that he didn't do it because I know he's perjuring himself. So as an officer,
so at that point, you don't put
I
him
have
on
to
the
withdraw. Well, he either can't go on the stand or I have to withdraw as counsel.
But then do you have to say, though, the reason?
No, you would just say that we have a conflict that's arisen in my representation that's
But does
that we can't
does that show
overcome.
the defense that he did it?
No, it could be that I, as his lawyer... No, it doesn't necessarily suggest that, because as his lawyer, I could really not want him to testify and feel like he's screwing up the case, and that would potentially be a reason for me to withdraw.
So is he supposed to lie to you?
If he did it, yeah.
Hello, who's this? You're on the
Mike from New Jersey.
Yeah, Mike from New Jersey. Quickly.
Hey, did you listen to Pigmentation the other night? Did you happen to listen to that?
No, I did not. But I'm getting reports that I
When
made.
you get a chance, when you get a chance, before you make judgment, listen to it, because those guys didn't come off like that, and they're funnier than hell. They were just clowning around. They didn't come off like they were holier than thou or anything like that. So
I got to tell you, Pigmentation might just be doing a really good job, because I got people talking about it, and that's what I want.
Bubba, that's exactly right. Dave from West Palm is completely off base. That's all I wanted to say.
Appreciate
Give
it.
a listen before you go in there and say anything, all right, pal?
Listen, for every guy that likes it, one guy doesn't, and that's the polarization that I need. That's what my whole business model is based on, polarization. And if I got two black guys that are barbers that are making you guys get all worked up into a shoot, they're doing their job. I like it. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Bubba. How are you?
Good.
Hey, a couple of things. First of all, first time I've listened to you guys / watched on Fakebook. So that's kind of an interesting, good change that I just kind of turned over to. So that's an interesting.
Do you like the wrinkle of instead of just listening to us audibly, to be able to see us?
I do, Bubba. I do. I've listened to you for way back. So I'm kind of an old school radio guy where I don't mind listening to sports or listening to certain people on the radio, because it kind of gives you a visual, just because you guys are good at what you do. But the extra visual is definitely something next generation. Everybody can chat and say stupid things. So, I understand that. It's good either way for me.
Perfect. What else you got?
Secondly, how's Seth, man? I was driving yesterday morning and I was concerned about Seth. Is he okay?
Yeah, Seth is great. Seth is great.
Let's do our chicken check with Seth. How's your chickens, bud?
Clucking.
Seth is great.
All right,
Seth is Seth. Seth ebbs and flows for Seth. He's porpoising at all times. Seth,
I'm a little bounce.
I know. I mean, I think he had a good card break last night. I think he's doing good.
Good deal. That was it, man. Appreciate it, Bubba. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
He got a beautiful Wemby numbered.
Did he?
Yeah.
You think he'd be a little more happier about it?
He was. He posted it proudly on his socials. It's a gorgeous card.
Let me continue the sick-ass doctor gimmick.
Court. The Juvenile Welfare Board of Pinellas County also released...
Now, is this his wife?
Yes.
A statement on Tuesday. Leedy's wife, Linda Leedy, has served as the chief administrative officer for the past decade and was shocked by the allegations against her husband. The JWB's CEO said in part, quote,
I mean, I wonder if the part of the investigation is how did he get these kids? How did he get in contact? What type of data did he get, or from where, to make contact with these kids? And I got to tell you, man, this organization's got a big problem on their hands.
Yeah, but if you terminate her immediately, then it's almost like you're trying to say like you knew. So it's probably best the approach that they're taking.
No, I know.
We stand behind her and then act shocked when they find out that he was abusing kids through their program.
Does that open them up to a ton of liability?
Potentially.
Quote, while this news leaves us stunned and saddened for Ms. Leedy, her family, and any potential victims in this case, I have the utmost confidence in her ability to continue to carry out JWB's mission of strengthening the lives of our county's children and families. And the Crisis Center encourages families to talk about these types of situations with their kids. They also want people to know you can call 211 for help 24/7 for you or anyone else you know who needs help. Now, Leedy is in
See, Tuttle, man, I don't know 211 was around when you were looking at that ceiling fan.
No, I did not.
Or if you need help, 813-90 Bubba works too. So either way.
He's expected to be brought.
Unfortunately, from the hours of like noon to like 6 in the morning, it remains unanswered.
Save it for the air. That's all.
Yeah.
Back here to Tampa, the Department of Justice does not release mugshots under its policy. Mark.
Sure. Let's hope anybody who needs it utilizes that.
Yeah. Now, supposedly there's another story with some body cam footage. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, they
he's
pulled them
accused of
over in
sexually
Atlanta.
exploiting
Well,
children
I sent
online.
you the. So I was saying, as I sent you the full body cam. Toward the end, they talked to his wife. I don't know if she says anything.
I think
right
is that what I got right here? Or
that was
this
right
is
here.
it right here.
Yeah, it's a full body cam.
Now this is when they pulled him over.
Yeah, this is up near Atlanta.
All right, so this story here on Fox is just going to basically talk about this body cam, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
and like I said, the wife is toward the end when they talk to her.
All right, so hold on here.
This is 21.
Now, did they pull him over because they had a bolo on him?
Warrant.
And they had a warrant for him, and the Georgia guy, they got a hit on his license plate. Is that how this all went down?
Yeah, you never want to drive through Georgia.
Yeah.
And these cops don't take the.
755, did you get him stopped?
Yeah, and does the warrant, like Brian with the bolo, or the warrant be like, this guy is on the run for potentially harming children to the point where one killed themselves, or would it just be this guy, there's a warrant for this arrest?
So Be on the Lookout said exactly what he was guilty
Charged
of.
with.
Oh, okay.
So they knew everything by this point.
So the cops, when they're behind him, Rhett, they know what.
Yeah, they know what we know now.
Okay. That's probably why he's going to get a shotgun.
Or the AR.
Yeah.
This isn't just a bolo report. This is a bolo report on a guy that might have, groomed a girl to kill herself.
And his wife didn't know anything about it, and she's in the car.
Oh, she for real?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I think it was his wife and his mom-in-law, they said.
Yeah.
Let me go to
Oh,
words.
his mother-in-law? Jesus.
Hold on, let me go to words. So his wife is in the car.
Yeah.
He's in the car.
Yep.
Those two.
And his mother-in-law.
And his mother-in-law. They just think they're getting traffic pulled over, right?
This guy knows.
They don't. This guy knows. The doctor knows he's probably in big trouble. The cops know what the bad guy has done, and they're rolling up on here. I got to do words. We'll come back with this.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Travis.
Well, I didn't say anything.
What's Tuttle doing, causing trouble again?
No, Brian apologized for the low blow ceiling fan joke.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
I told you.
Rock.
Not a big deal. Bubba, do you need anything?
No, I'm good, buddy. Thank you.
Just like when I joked, Be the slave 78 months. People complain when we don't talk about the news.
Hi, Bubba Army.
Now you're complaining that
How
we
you
talk about the
doing?
news. Come on,
How you
man,
doing? Hi, Brian.
What are you doing?
Me?
Bubba. Hi, Brian.
Just being friendly.
Just
to
being
my-
silly, just being loose, Bubba.
just being
I
my-
love loose,
Just
Bubba.
being
How are things going at the track?
good. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of work, but good.
I mean, that's great. Weather's held up nicely.
Here is potentially how good it could be going. That if this Winter Nationals thing does like Tom and I think it may do, and you know Tom's not necessarily the most optimistic guy in the world.
Nope. Tom will
He's-
take a shiz on anything.
Tom's a realist.
Yep.
But Tom and I think that this is going to be this Lucas, 6 nights of Lucas and 5 nights of USAC. We're basically taking over East Base position because they're closed.
Right. I'm familiar with the whole background.
Right. So, if we do as well as we think we potentially may do, not with being overly optimistic, I think Regina would actually smile over the track.
Wow.
Yes.
That would be exceptional. To make her enjoy the track for
No. Not it. I chose my words differently.
Smile.
I said she wouldn't be giving Tom a ration of shit for being up there. I think she would say, wow, that's great. And that's a win.
Yeah, that would be a win. Definitely.
You got any big sexy cases on your side of the deal?
Nothing too sexy. I got some good cases, but nothing real interesting or cool or nothing.
By the way, Bubba Army, if you ever get in a car wreck or call Brian.
I'll help you out. Even if it's not a car wreck, even if you just need to be pointed in the right direction.
Hey Brian, let me ask you a question. Has the windshield laws changed in Florida?
Yeah.
Somebody said
the
where
attorney's fees aren't available anymore.
Well, somebody has said where the laws changed are where they could never use it against you on your insurance. Now they can.
Yeah, it's counted as a claim.
See, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And is that from this bullshit Ron DeSantis dick sucking insurance deal?
I think so. Yeah.
He's really fucked us on the insurance.
I think I'm going to get into when we get into the wildfire. But think, that's
That's his fault too.
We might as well blame him for that too. Yes.
It's Newscom's fault. Newscomb.
We're gonna have Nat Gates as our governor next. Anyway.
No, we're not.
Well, he's innocent, so.
No
I mean,
one-
wasn't charged in a court of law. So what do you guys want to say?
Nobody-
Guy can't date a 17-year-old anymore.
Not really.
Nobody outside Walton.
Not when you're a U.S. congressman. You probably shouldn't love her.
Well, then we don't live in America.
No, we're getting ready to live in Greenland instead.
Dude, we need to just start.
Canada said they're going to take Oregon and Washington.
Sure.
This is a war.
We're getting the Panama Canal back too, baby.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito studios, aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
That would be interesting. Even though it's a day of remembrance as Jimmy Carter's dead body sits in the stake in the United States Congress. Is it Rotunda? Rotunda.
Like Mike Rotunda, the wrestler.
Yes. Does that take away the fact that he probably was the crappiest president in the history of our lifetime?
A lot of people will argue that Biden might be.
Well,
still.
I mean, Biden, is not a former yet.
And well, let's be clear. We didn't have fuel lines with Biden. I mean, things were bad.
Jimmy Carter. We had 20% interest rates on new homes.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. I mean, things were not.
Wasn't there certain days you could only gas up?
I don't know. I wasn't alive during it. But
I was.
Look, was Biden a great president? No. Was he the worst ever?
No. Jimmy Carter was.
But he did a lot of stuff
Hoover,
after.
Jimmy Carter. I mean, you've got.
If you're talking about our lifetime,
Calvin Coolidge.
No. If you're talking about our lifetime, from like JFK to current, Jimmy Carter by far, no questions asked, was the crappiest president.
Well, to me, George W. was,
yeah.
but
George W. probably is in there, and let's not forget Gerald Ford wasn't lighting it on fire either.
Yeah,
he didn't really do much. Although they say the most athletic was Gerald Ford.
Yes,
he played D1. He played D1 football for Michigan.
Sure did.
As a guard.
Yeah, but Taft was a good wrestler in high school, and he could shoot on you and lay on you and just lay his weight on you.
I know this may be a dumb question, but what is the most amount of living American presidents we've ever had at one time?
Probably just recently up until Jimmy Carter died, because you had had Biden, Trump, Obama, Clinton, George W., Carter, probably
5 or 6?
Probably 5 or 6. Right?
Didn't we just lose Bush Sr., though?
We just, yeah.
A couple years?
Yeah, now, did Bush Sr. die under Trump's, did he die during Trump? Because at that point, you would have had Bush Sr., you would have had Carter, you would have had Clinton.
So H.W. died in 2018. So it would have been during Trump's administration.
18 presidents at one point were still alive.
How many?
18.
Oh, yeah, we're not even close.
But that was in the 1800s.
Yeah, it was in the 1800s. Yeah. So anyway, Jimmy Carter is dead. We were talking about how Trump is going to try to take back the Panama Canal. I don't know if that's doable or not. We'll probably break that down once we get into a little more political talk with Brian. But I think we should take it back. I think Carter is the one that gave it back to him.
But we didn't.
We came in, the way I read on it is that it was a complete failure when France and whoever was trying to do it, and we came in under, I think, maybe Teddy Roosevelt or somebody like that, and fixed it and basically paid for it and got it working, and then we said it's ours for like 99 years or a 100-year lease, and then thereafter the American ships were going to either get in, do it free or have high discounts, and then Jimmy Carter somehow got bamboozled by whoever and gave it back to Panama, and it makes, like, you wouldn't believe how much money it makes.
We gave it up in 99, correct?
Yeah, we sold it back for $1.
Yeah, but at 77 is when they gave up control with Carter.
Right. So, I guess it there you go.
In 1904.
Teddy Roosevelt came in. It was a complete cluster F. We came in, brought in the excavators needed. I don't think there was like 3,000 or 4,000 men that died.
Dynamite.
And we got it. We opened it up, and then I guess we were running it for the longest time. And from what I've read, it makes a ton of money. It makes a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
So we need it back. I don't think Trump needs to worry about Greenland or Canada. Let's just get to Panama. Let's get the Panama Canal back. So picking the story back up, this is the Tampa doctor now, Brian, is there a difference between a local warrant and a federal warrant? Like, can you be, is there such a thing, like where you're wanted federally compared to locally? And was this a federal warrant?
I think local law enforcement can take you in on a federal warrant. They just have to then transfer you over to the marshals.
All right, to a federal facility or to the marshals.
They would hold you and then transfer them over to the U.S. Marshals, would come and pick them up and then bring them wherever.
Much like the guy at Mar-a-Lago golf course that tried to take Trump out. That was probably a federal charge, but local officials got the guy and then probably hand him over to the feds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if this was a federal warrant or this was a local.
It was a federal warrant, that he got busted on.
Yeah, it's a federal.
Okay, so at this point, this is the body cam footage of the Georgia state troopers or Georgia police officers outside of Atlanta. And there's a BOLO, be on the lookout report for this guy's, red SUV with his Florida license tag. The Georgia troopers or the Georgia law enforcement that pull this guy. Obviously, he was fleeing. I wonder what he told his wife and his mother-in-law why we need to go to Atlanta real fast. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But if you're fleeing, why bring them along? Why don't you just go by
I think
yourself?
they were just going on vacation.
Yeah. I don't know that he was fleeing.
Christmas.
He probably got popped for a traffic violation, or they ran a tag plate check on the highway on him, and I don't think it was like he was.
But there was a warrant for him.
He wasn't on the run.
Right.
Oh, okay. So, he wasn't on the run. He was just
probably taking his mother-in-law to go kill her in the woods.
Yeah. And so
sorry, I projected.
Now
there.
At this point now, the officers know what he's wanted for.
Yes.
But the wife and the mother-in-law, who are passengers in this vehicle, have no idea what's going on. And obviously the driver, did he know at that point there was a warrant for him too?
He plays it off like he didn't. Touch the back of the car.
Hey, driver side.
And do you know why cops touch the back of the car?
Yeah, in case there's a shooting or the cop gets injured, they want to know that that's the car, correct?
Yep, exactly.
The fingerprints.
Old school cops will come in as they approach at your door. They'll touch your trunk or the back of your car somewhere so that their handprint is on your vehicle, so that in case something happens or you get killed or whatever, they can identify. They can match the car with you. With you. Again, it's old school copping. Things like Gov and things like that would do. Except Gov would have ripped this guy out and curbed him. That's his first move.
So what do you think he tells his wife? I wasn't speeding, was I, honey?
And by the way, he's got his driver's license ready and everything.
Oh, yeah. Great.
He's wearing sandals.
What's going on? It's a trans back.
See, hold on. We've all been pulled over for speeding. We all have. And, usually it's, do you know why I pulled you over, sir? License and registration. That's how it goes.
You in a hurry today, sir?
Try to be as friendly as you possibly can. But when the first move is, I don't need your driver's license and registrations, let me go ahead and hook you up right now, buddy. Step out of the vehicle and you're getting handcuffed. That's their first move. There's some crap going down, right?
The cop's name is Cantrell, isn't it?
Yeah. 747.
I went to a police officer. They have the information on what this guy's done. And, it would be, these police officers are obviously trained professionals to, not curb you. But I got to tell you, man, it would be tough to not be mean to this guy, knowing what he's done, including potentially killing or grooming a girl to kill herself. It'd be hard for me not to throw that guy down on the ground.
But what's waiting for him in the pokey. So I'd have a little smile on my face because I'm like, sir,
I'd be ready to head to the
do you have hemorrhoids?
to the county jail. This is Unit 9 County Jail. I got that kid touching doctor with me. You know where to put him, right, buddy?
You know what they call hemorrhoids in prison, right?
Yeah.
Speed bumps.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get a Jeffrey Dahmer broom gimmick.
Now, do you let it slip so the other prisoners hear what the guy's in there for?
Oh, they know.
They have ways.
The prisoners find out right away.
Yeah, they have ways. They got ways of doing it. You're in trouble when you get cuffed right out of the box, and then there's 3-4 units behind you. The doctor does. Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. 50-year-old men with ponytails. Well, I guess Jesse has a ponytail, so I don't know.
If you're a rock and roll
Yeah, I
star,
mean, if
that's
you're,
different.
it's different,
Yeah.
right? If you're,
Yeah,
I mean, if you're
a doctor,
if you're a rock and roll star and you're chainsawing,
Now there's a
lumberjack.
cutoff for ponytails.
Do you think the mother-in-law is talking trash about? I knew he was no good.
No, he's a doctor. He's probably the breadwinner.
Why don't we find out?
Yeah.
Wait.
Let us get everything situated, and I'll update you in just a second, okay? Thank you.
She doesn't seem too shocked.
No.
Like, my
She
wife
seems
would
perturbed.
be flipping out. She's
Your
just
wife,
like, what's
hold
up?
on.
Okay.
Your wife would be out and saying,
She'd be
what's
getting
going
screamed
on?
and yelled at.
Your wife would be getting detained right
Yeah.
now. She would be so mad. What in the hell is going on around here?
Every dog in Georgia would be reacting if Erica was there with you.
She got the flying fish hooks.
Hold on, but if your mother-in-law was there, he'd be like, hell yeah, hook him up.
Yeah.
He's a son of a bitch. One time in the bedroom, man, I had to put my hands on him.
She's the one who called the tip in.
Right, she did. In fact, you didn't even do anything wrong. She set you up. She had a couple dummy accounts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Merch Crick would be like, every dog. Daddy! I'm like, shut up. Get back in the corner. Hide the guns.
Yeah, he looks like he needed to be looked at.
And boy, at this point, man, what are you thinking?
I'm effed.
I'm done. I mean, kind of like when I had to go to jail one time.
The cops not even talking
for
to
the
him.
hog deal. And when I was sitting there, I'm like, man, Brent, what did we get ourselves involved in?
Speaking of which, Thursday night before bar pig roast, 5 to 9.
Let me. I can't get. It's giving me a buffer gimmick here. Look at this.
Man.
Oh.
Come on, man. We're getting right to the high. I wonder if they ever asked. Do you know why we pulled you over?
They do.
755, kids. Go ahead.
Probably go forward with it.
Which just goes to show you, man. If you do something bad, they're gonna get you.
Yep.
They're gonna get you.
I don't think they say much to him, by the way.
Towards the end. No, they do. They ask him.
1835 is when his wife gets pulled out.
We're not going to go through 20 minutes of white noise here.
If I went into AI and I typed in man in distress with a ponytail, would this picture pop up?
Yes.
Let me where I need to go to.
Well, 1835 is where they put. Looks like they started talking to his wife.
1835.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here. Boom.
Let's see what the wife thinks.
Yeah. Badass light package on the thing.
755 myself.
If I had a cop car, I want one like that.
Put the Crown Vic like that, right?
You can do whatever you want to your hayride, Bubba.
My truck's got a light package on it.
Oh, yeah? Well, it better not be red and blue.
It's not. It's amber and white.
Yeah.
Appreciate the concern. Maybe with some greens. Big sponsor of Wheeling Lights. All right, is this her now?
Yeah, that's the wife.
She's out?
Yep.
You're taking him back to 35. I'm going with you. Bannon's coming to pick him up.
Now, is she allowed to, like Brian, is she allowed to get in the car and drive?
As long as she's a co-owner, yeah, she's probably going to be allowed to drive away. They're telling her what's going to happen to him next.
What about it?
They get closer to her, too.
And Brian, at the end of the day, man, I don't think he's probably bondable, is he?
Not until the feds get a hold of him and they do what they need to do.
So, I mean,
it's going to be a couple days.
Yeah, if not longer.
There is a part, I got to find it, but they do talk to him.
1920, Bubba, by the way, is when he gets closer to her. It's,
she has the keys to...
Does he have a key to the house, or is this a... Can I talk to him?
No.
So, what's happening now?
So you're free to leave.
This is my husband.
Yeah, I'm aware. So he's being taken... Bannon County's coming to pick him up.
Can you tell me why?
He has a warrant out for his arrest.
For what?
Whatever, if he wants to tell you that information from the jail, he can, but I don't tell other individuals what his name is.
Why?
It's public information.
It's north of here.
But at the end of the day, man, I mean, it's up to cops. He doesn't have to tell you.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have to.
I mean, if he probably doesn't want to get into it.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like,
especially
listen,
with what it is.
Right. I mean, listen, you know
he's
what?
like, I'm not going to be out here with 3 hours with a crying wife.
I mean, yeah, what is it? I mean, how do you even explain? How do you even begin to explain what this guy did?
Yeah, so you know those kids you know those kids you help, lady? He doesn't.
Yeah. I mean,
he undoes that.
It's not. There's not a rule or a state statute that if asked as long as the cop knows that he's arresting you with a valid warrant, I don't think that he has to tell you or your significant other what the warrant is. He just has to make sure that it's a valid warrant, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have to say, well, ma'am, he's wanted for a kid killing themselves and cutting themselves and harming children. At this point, it's going to get into an argument.
Well, yeah, you don't want to escalate. It's actually the right move not to
It's
tell
like, listen,
her.
ma'am, I don't tell people you can go back to the court where he's going to be detained. I'm sure they'll be able to give you all that information.
What's the Fannin County?
Yeah.
Just good cop work.
I don't know what the address is, but
So, do you know what time frame he's going to be calling me?
I don't. That would be a question you can call up to Fannin County and discuss that with them. I'm just here.
That's Alaska driving by inspector.
Yes.
So can I just go to the Fannin County jail and leave him there?
I wouldn't go straight there. I would call Fannin County and let them get him booked in because it's going to take probably. They're coming from Fannin County.
See, this guy knows that it's a Fed deal, and it's just not go to the county jail deal, and he's going to be able to, it's like a standard, bond him out because he's going to this particular county jail. No, this guy knows that there's a federal, probably hold on him. And that the feds are going to come probably get him from the local facility and then take him God knows where, right, Brian? Yep. That's probably the chain of command.
Yep.
County's probably going to take a good 2 or 3 hours for them to come down here.
I don't know exactly where it is, but the part I saw, he was complaining to the cops about he wasn't informed that he had a warrant or whatever. So
see if you can find that warrant.
So,
and he won't get violence at that point.
Let me maybe the Fox 13 news.
Is accused of instructing.
This is what
This is a case of mistaken identity. I know nothing of a warrant.
Now, yesterday, Leedy's attorney said.
Good old Georgia boy saying, man, they don't necessarily tell you when they want you.
He added
A ponytails, Bubba. This guy's attorney, Bjorn, used to wear a really long braided ponytail. And he's bald on the top, right?
Oh, boy.
He cut off his ponytail and he has it hanging in a shadow box in his office.
That was your guy.
That was my guy.
Did you find him on quitter.com?
County man, get Grady on him.
in U.S. Marshal custody
Grady's going to call the Middle District of Florida and say, man, let me go and take this over.
in Atlanta.
Remember when, listen to this, man, Grady does not screw around. Grady and I had him on the air and he described this case. This is one of the most disturbing cases that Grady Judd ever had. And he had a female detention deputy. And she was, a female detention deputy. And she had like a 14 or 15-year-old daughter. And they were, this detention deputy, this woman, she's like 30, 35, something like that. She had started an online relationship with a guy from Australia. And this guy was sick, like FaceTiming. They would FaceTime each other back and forth. And I don't know how they got to know each other. But he then started grooming her, the detention deputy, to start doing really, really bad stuff to her 15-year-old daughter. Like using dildos and vibrators and stuff on her daughter, filming it and sending it to this guy from Australia. And so Grady's detectives, they immediately during the invest, they arrest the detention deputy, put her in jail. And then he puts his boys, 3 of them, on a plane, and they go all the way to Australia and pick up this dude. And so Grady's like, man, I don't care if you lived in Australia. I'm going to come get you.
Grady sounded like Dion a little bit there.
Yeah.
And expected to be brought back here to Tampa Bay.
All of my impersonations are the same. Sumo, Dion, they're all the same.
Kylie Jones is hot.
All right, Kylie, thanks much here. Now,
Kylie Jones is pretty damn hot, is she not?
Yeah.
So there you go. Good luck. This doctor's got a long road ahead of him.
I mean, is it okay to say he's guilty just by looking at him?
Yes.
I think our opinions could say he looks like kind of one of guilt. I think that's just our personal opinion. Don't know it to be true. We're on the street.
He's got the look.
He's got the look. Hello, you're on the air. Quickly.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Good, buddy. You're on the air.
Okay, hey, yes, thank you. Back in 1981, I did a stretch up in New Hampshire. And when I was being processed to leave the prison, there was a guy coming in, and the screws said to each other, I tell the boys that this guy's a diddler, meaning a child molester.
And I'm assuming when you say the screws, those are the detention deputies. That's what they call the guards.
Yes, they call them screws. Yeah.
Right.
So before he even hits the block, he's going right into PC, protective custody, because there's a pecking order in prison, and the scum of the scum are the child molesters. So they can't even be in the general population. They have to go for protective custody. And those guys suffer because they're only an hour and a half out of their cell every day because they can't frolic in the block with everyone else.
Yeah, when my good friend Mike Ferrantelli was like second in charge of the Pasco County jail, I took a tour, and the Chomos had their own little wing, and because they could not put them in general pop with the rest of the guys because they get killed.
What about animal?
They would put all of the, all the weirdos that touch kids in their same little area amongst themselves and not in general pop because they get Jeffrey Dahmer. What about you?
I think animal abusers get treated pretty badly too, right? Like people that beat and
I don't know. They let me in and out of jail pretty quickly.
Well, you didn't abuse an animal though, Bubba.
True. Anyway, buddy, appreciate. What were you in for? How long were you?
I did 18 months for sale of controlled substance, chocolate mescaline, and I had no arrest record. But Bubba, this is the truth of it. My nickname is Flexin'. I walked into prison at 127 pounds at 5'3", and this is back when they had weights. I left at 155, and honestly, I've turned my life around.
Now, what's chocolate mescaline? Is it like mushrooms?
It's like,
it's like acid, but it makes you laugh. It's like mushrooms. Everything is funny. Someone farts, it's the funniest thing you've ever heard.
I know, but like, how much did you have in order to do 8 months, or however long?
18.
Well, I did 18. And I sold a narc 50 hits.
Oh, so that's like distribution, intent to sale, which is a kicker, which gets you more time.
Right.
Had you been caught with it recreationally, it probably would have been near that time.
Yeah, it's sale of Class A substance with intent to distribute.
I know, but like, let's just say you had like 10 hits or 5 hits, and you were just going to use it for the weekend. I don't think they can get the intent to sell gimmick on you, and you probably get far less time.
Now, sir, had you been doing this for a while?
No, it was kind of like a braggadocio kind of situation where, I can get you some mescaline, and I never had been arrested in my life before.
So wait, this guy's he's a narc, so he's working for the cops. He comes up to you and just randomly asks you if you can get you some chocolate-flavored mescaline? I mean, that seems pretty weird. That's a red flag to me, sir.
Or did you go to him and say, hey, buddy, looking for some mescaline. Can you help me out?
I was introduced by a so-called friend of mine to him, and then he said, I want 1,000 hits, and I know, wait a minute here. I knew it was that I was getting set up. But, I lived in Massachusetts. The crime was in New Hampshire. I did the time. I don't look back at it as a bad time because I turned my life around. And time is time,
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate it. Sound like a pretty good dude, and I appreciate your Bubba Army, man.
Hey, love you guys. Been listening since the Stern days.
Bring some of that chocolate to Barp, okay?
See you later, buddy. No, do not. Hello.
From a cactus.
Hello, you're on the air. Last call before I got to go into words. Hulk Hogan, backstage reaction to getting booed at WWE's Netflix
you called
debut.
It, Bubba.
I called it. I said at the end of the day, man, they would blame it on the N-word, on my sex tape, and sure enough, Lummy, bam, there it is.
Drop the mic.
Go ahead. You're on the air quickly. I got to go to words.
Hey, it's Pedro.
Hey, Pedro, pool guy.
Hey, there was an interview on Rogan with the governor from Illinois, Ron what is his name?
Blagojevich. He was the former governor. He got put in federal prison, actually.
Right. He was saying that the pedo, you can't call them pedos, you can't call them chomos, or you get thrown in the hole for like a month. And they're like a protected class that What? You can't touch him or anything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe in Illinois.
No, he was in federal. He was in federal for 7 years.
I mean, you can't beat up any prison. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
They got it coming, man.
No,
they have to do some sort of job of trying to protect the inmates because they are literally their ward. They are responsible for what happens to them while they're in their custody.
Yeah.
So they can't be like, hey, go take a broomstick to this guy.
Go give this
Make
guy
him sweep the floor with his hiney.
Yeah, give this guy the Jeffrey Dahmer, broomstick, clear up the colon.
But you can't even call him any names. That's what I thought was crazy. You can't sit there and make fun of him. You can't call him any kind of names or anything.
I don't know how valid Ron whatever
Blagojevich.
just a recounting of federal prison can or cannot be. He's probably just trying to show off a little bit he's just lucky to be on a podcast. I don't think he's really doing much in life, is he? Did he re-enter? I don't think he re-entered politics.
Well, it's hard to when you're a convicted felon.
He can't. He's been barred because of his 7-year stint, but he was never convicted. He was just held for 7 years, and he was. They were trying to get him to roll over on other people, and he's like, "No,
is that true, Brian? Brian, is that true?
I guess
he was never convicted. He was just held for 7 years.
I don't know. I didn't really follow.
Seems like it seems like a pretty horrible lawyer, if you ask me. Anyway, hey Pedro, love you. Gotta go. Way late. Coming back with a Hogan gets booed from L.A. deal. Of course, it's my fault. Let me. I said it would get blamed on me, and it did.
And it is.
Just validating the fact that he'll never, ever, ever allow me to be his friend again.
We are never, ever getting back together, brother.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Wasn't he a Democrat too?
Yeah, but he had been a contestant on The Celebrity Apprentice.
He was convicted of one of the 24 federal charges.
And then as his show of gratitude and Kiss the Ring, he then supported Trump in 2020 and 2024 and attended the national convention. Blagojevich.
You were talking about protecting. Do you know that Russ and Jimmy on the Monsters got sued because they made jokes about lynching that McDougal guy that was in prison for molesting a bunch of kids, and he ended up dying in prison. And Clear Channel ended up getting sued for it, Bubba, back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. That made me think of that because you were talking about protecting the prisoners and stuff, and I guess even joking about.
Well, yeah, you don't want to incite.
During the broadcast, the host joked about lynching McDougal and encouraged inmates at the prison about 50 miles south of Orlando killed him overnight.
Wow. Well, they did it the very next day or that time. Then there's a nexus between this, potentially between the call to action and the action.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I bet you Clear Channel had to fucking
cut a check,
settle for that.
Yeah.
So you're saying within 24 hours of them saying on the air that they should?
I'm looking right now. I'm trying to find the full story. Orlando Seminoles wanted me to friggin' pay for the article because it's so damn old.
Yeah, Don, but you've got to have the right dosage and everything. It's and you got to be careful with the therapy. There's only certain places that can do it. It's microdosing of certain hallucinogenics that will help with TBI and post-traumatic. New Hampshire, Dave Rock. That's where you can get it.
Oh, shit.
Seth, you're awfully quiet today, homie. You okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm sending you. I found this story. I'm sending it to you.
Good morning, Gil.
To your email. Or I can send it to Lummy and he can message it to you, whatever's easier.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
I don't have my email open.
Okay. Also, that same show, a caller called in and offered $1,000 bounty.
Yeah,
How the
they
fuck
landed
did you-
over the air. Yeah. What's up, Grouper Lips? You know, it's not easy being rugged, but I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, because that McDougal guy killed a 5-year-old girl.
Mm.
McDougal asked to rejoin the other prisoners, and 8 hours after doing so, he was attacked Tuesday.
What's up, Abe from Maine?
They killed him with a steel bar from the workout room.
Oof. Prison justice, man. It's a thing. A lot of people are speculating that Hogan may have started the wildfires in Los Angeles
that's
because
what
of them booing him.
Alex Stein.
A lot of speculation. Happy 25? Okay, Permaground, thanks. What's Happy 25 mean? What's up, Denver? Dan Wiz from Denver. Good luck to your Broncos this weekend. They'll need it. But regardless, you got to be happy about the way the future looks with Bo Nix at the
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
BubbaArmyPics@gmail.com. Please send your selfies modeling your Bubba Army swag. Creative Services has a few instructions when doing so. Please do not just screenshot your pic and then just send it, wasting valuable screen space. Please crop your pics and frame them correctly. We have faith in you, Bubba Army. Also, you must have Bubba Army swag or someone from the show in the picture. This is not your photo wall, it's the Bubba Army photo wall. Get with the program. If you can follow those simple instructions, we will see you on the wall. Again, send your pics to BubbaArmyPics@gmail.com. Now back to the show.
Love me, much love to Tom, my good friend at Giant Recreation World. 3 locations. It's easiest just to go to giantrecreationworld.com. Whether you're looking for a Class A or a toy hauler or a golf cart or a destination trailer, 5th wheel, Class C, you can rent, buy, brand new, slightly used. Their search engine is second to none. Winter Garden, Ormond Beach, and Palm Bay. GiantRecreationWorld.com. I got one getting delivered today, Lummy, to the track.
Oh, nice.
For various guests that I'm having for the Winter Nationals.
How many slides?
I think I got a double. I think I got a double. I think Tom's bringing me a double slide on the deal.
Those are nice.
So anyway, again, GiantRecreationWorld.com. Whether it's new, it's used, or you're simply renting it, nothing's better than like if you're going to go to the Daytona 500 or to a rock festival or Bubba Raceway Park or whatever. You don't have to go pick it up, set it up. They'll drive it there, set it up. You can have everything from kitchen utensils to linens to pillows to toiletries. They'll have it all ready for you when you get there. You do your thing for however many days, and then they come and pick it back up for you. It's about as easy as it can get. It really is.
Ask about the chocolate mescaline add-on.
Yes, ask about the chocolate mescaline add-on. Thank you. Tom, thank you so very much. GiantRecreationWorld.com. revealed Hulk Hogan's backstage reaction to getting booed at WWE's Netflix debut. It says Hulk Hogan was initially devastated by the crowd's negative reaction to his surprise appearance at which by the way, I don't think it was a surprise appearance. I think everybody knew.
Yeah, he was promoting it all day on socials.
Yeah, his Instagram.
Right. He was getting on the plane, getting off the plane, all this and all that. And after they talk about how he got booed and all this kind of deal, and then they get into, the reason why he potentially may have gotten booed is because in a video made public by the National Enquirer, Hogan said, "I guess we're all a little racist," and used the N-word while referring to his daughter's love life and including him repeating the phrase, the effing N, a few different times.
Oh, a few times. Oh, wow.
Here's Brooke, a picture of Brooke, and it says, the audio features him using a number of racist remarks and a rant about his daughter Brooke, who was trying to launch her music career at the time. Heather Clem, the wife of the friend, is reported to have said, blah. So it goes on and tells you what Hogan says, and it's all on because of my tape.
Are you mad that they didn't say your name in the article?
No.
They say, well, don't they say?
No, they don't use my name at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
They blame it on Heather. That's a new angle, Brian. Let's get the lawyers all rounded up and say, hey, let's do a Heather campaign. But here's the thing, man. Like, yes, it was on my tape. But Jesus, God, why did the people have to And you know what? You can see through emails and stuff when they sent the first tape to Gawker, they go, "Oh, I heard there's a second one where he drops the N-word," and they knew that would even be more devastating to him, and they did it. So anyway, they go on, and then they say that Hogan's supposedly storyline, if he comes back, was to make him a bad guy. There's already been discussion about the next time they put Hogan on TV is to make him a heel or a bad guy, because the last time that he was a bad guy, it worked wonders for his career. Well, that's if you have a career left.
He can't do anything, right? Like, he can't be in the ring.
He can't lay the leg anymore. He can't drop. I mean, he's an ambassador. And I don't even know how good of one he is at that with the reaction. Well, they certainly didn't do him any favors by having him, he's the most MAGA guy on their roster.
He puts the ass in ambassador.
And he...
Is that Undertaker?
None of them are really... I mean, Seth and Rhett might know more than me, but none of them are really that political.
Yeah, well, first of all, the Undertaker got a little bit, but he didn't get booed, so it's not a MAGA thing. It's an N-word thing. People don't like it. Stop using it. That's enough said.
So anyway, he also aligned himself, with Trump. Wasn't he one of the Thursday night?
Yeah, before Tucker. Or no, after Tucker, he might have been...
Called him on. He might have been the guy right before Trump.
At the convention? Yes. He was same day.
So anyway, yes, they're blaming it on the tape. I'm sure he is too. I mean, right? You're not going to blame it on yourself. Nobody wants to take personal responsibility for anything, including myself. Just start kicking the can down the road. Unfortunately, the can ends at my feet.
Should he issue another apology for the N-word and for the stuff he's done in the past, or should he just let this blow over?
I think he blows it over.
Yeah, he's already repented.
But I mean, here's
for
the deal.
sins.
Like, whoever wrote this article, I don't think there's, and you can help me out here, Seth, I don't think there's any scuttlebutt in the wrestling community about Hogan coming back as a worker at all. Like, that is not in the cards.
Oh, no. Nobody's talking about that.
So when they write it and said, well, the next time they come back, they're going to use him as a bad guy, maybe a bad guy to cut a promo.
That's what it was going to be. He was going to be the bad guy.
But here's the deal. To a bad guy to cut his promo, but meanwhile, his beer company just cut a big deal with Netflix and WWE to be a major sponsor. So how can you be a heel but yet pushing a product?
That's supposed to bring everyone together. That's the point of the beer.
I don't know, man.
They'll shoehorn him, man.
I
just have Stone Cold drinking the real American beer when he comes down.
He's got his own beer.
He's got his own beer.
Oh, well, dang.
Yeah, he's got his own beer.
Skull Crusher, I think it is.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's tough to have a product that you're endorsing, but be a heel. Right?
Oh, of course.
I don't think that product endorsements and cutting promos on the potential customers as a heel, I don't think that, you know, I don't think Burger King or McDonald's tries to have a heel and be mean to you, but then tell you to buy their new Whopper. Or their,
McDonald's just signed John Cena to a contract.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's a good signing.
Well,
he's not a heel.
He can't make appearances for them, though.
Why not?
Because you can't see him.
I don't even have my Zookeeper deal. I thought we were beyond that. I thought Brian had
gotten past zoo jokes.
Yeah, I thought
wrong, buddy.
I really thought Brian was past the Zookeeper stage. I thought we had graduated.
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100.
John Cena wouldn't touch a French fry.
Yes, according to him, he's loved McDonald's his whole life.
Did he really sign with them?
Yeah.
I thought it was all for the joke.
John Cena would go and eat a thing of French fries.
It's real.
John Cena would go and eat a thing of French fries and then do 1,000 sit-ups to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? That's a good endorsement.
He's doing the McValue meal, their new McValue meal.
Listen.
He's dressed up like Mr. Rogers.
I don't know that we'll ever see him again in the ring.
Yeah. This is last year. He's having a farewell tour.
I sent you his commercial, by the way.
Oh, okay.
He's full time for this year.
But that's probably. I know Hogan had his run as the all-time greatest babyface when Hogan was still relevant. But I don't know that anybody ever can beat John Cena with regards to the all-time greatest babyface.
The Rock?
The Rock's a tweener.
Yeah, he is a tweener.
He was a tweener.
He started off as a heel.
Yeah, if there was a person in the conversation, Brian, it would be The Rock.
They're going to make Roman Reigns the number one guy of all time.
You think so?
Yeah.
They're going to force it.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce you to McValue.
But here's the thing, Seth. I don't know that Roman Reigns has the marketability of.
Dude, he's got his own shoes with Jordan. But is he
going to be doing McDonald's commercials 10 years after his run? I don't know. I think just John Cena is I think he's the greatest of all time.
He's a good person by all accounts.
There's only a handful of people that have been able to make the transition, out of wrestling to being
acting.
Yeah, to being super megastars. And
Batista.
No, Batista's not even that level.
No, but I got to tell you, John Cena, comedic-wise, is brilliant.
His deadpan delivery is great.
Batista's not on that list. Batista's absolutely. He
did
arguably
2 or 3 Marvel movies.
He's done other movies.
Rock.
He has.
But
he's the number 2 movie guy out of all of the WWE universe of all time.
Probably
number 3.
Although I don't like, it's tough for me to take Batista serious with as much weight as he lost.
Cena?
I don't like.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Batista. I don't like.
Yeah.
He looks gaunt.
Yeah.
He needs to bulk back up.
He's doing the kids movies too. Wasn't he did this spy movie with a little kid?
I don't know.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce you to McValue at McDonald's. With McValue, you can buy one and add any one of these for only $1. And look at
By the way, lives in Wesley Chapel. Lives what, 2 miles from you?
Yeah, about 2-3 miles.
that. You can do the same thing during breakfast. It's crazy. You see, at any moment in the day, McValue can take you to a place where a whole new menu of possibilities exist, inspiring you to order more from life than you could ever imagine. Take a look at your surroundings. Take a look at your environment. Take a look at your past decisions. Take a look at your present. Are you curious about the future? And setting your
And you know what the thing about this is? It's so anti-McDonald's.
Yeah, it's
McDonald's. This is like an anti-McDonald's
So it's
McDonald's
like a parody.
commercial. Yes, it's almost like a Saturday Night Live parody.
Yep.
But it's brilliant.
Expectations and perfection is not a way for growth. So I'd use the word curiosity, and that's a long way to get there. But if you stay curious, I think you can get the most out of life's menu. Because if you don't, you're leaving some of those moments on the table. You gotta try to get the most out of life. You might just think McValue adds the power of choice to McDonald's menu, but it also adds the power of perspective. And depending on how you look at it, that might be the most powerful thing you can order. And while you're here, I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, in heaven with all the heart attacks you're going to have.
Oh, man, that is very well done.
That was a good commercial.
That is very well done.
I don't understand why Chad Ochocinco has not done McDonald's commercials, because he says that he eats McDonald's every single day.
Chad Ochocinco does not have the charisma and deadpan, unbelievable star power humor that John Cena does.
Not even close.
As I get, let me, so that I'm not so far behind, I thought I'd do words and we come back and probably just really, really break down this LA wildfire deal. It is unbelievable now that I think it's bigger than anybody ever anticipated. Now you got A-listers. Usually the wildfires of California were in the more rural areas or wilderness areas, and it never crept into the city. But this wildfire is in the city, and there are a huge list of A-list celebrities that have their homes have burned right down to the ground.
Steve Guttenberg's out in the street moving cars.
Hell yeah, from Police Academy.
I mean, there's Paris Hilton lost her house.
Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt.
I mean,
they're still together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. The LA wildfires are ripping through celebrity-packed Pacific Palisades, which stars have lost their homes according to because of the blaze. I got a ton of footage. We'll get to that next.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com
right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
Yeah, but the LA mayor, someone that could push her to the airport, and she went and make a comment, respond.
I mean, it's tragic. It's terrible. It's awful.
You see, they were out there with a big-ass bulldozer pushing cars up there?
Yeah, because people had to abandon their cars on the highway because the fire had crossed the highway and they had nowhere to go.
It was going to be like Maui.
Do they not do controlled burns in California like we do?
It's not allowed.
It's not
banned.
Because their wind is so unpredictable that
They had record rainfall the last 2 years.
Yeah, why not do
it? They banned their controlled fires because they wanted the trees and everything to grow naturally.
But I remember once they started doing more control burns here, but I get why the wind.
No, it's not that. They said it's because of the environment.
Oh. Huh. I mean, brush and trees grow back better after fires.
The smoke, you're releasing all that smoke into the air unnecessarily. That's their thought, which is probably stupid in this case.
Whatever.
Somebody said the EPA doesn't allow it.
Control burns help. That's why forests grow back stronger and more greener.
Or they can do it.
Yeah, I remember 98, 99 when Flagler Volusia County was completely they made everybody leave from those two counties. They actually canceled the NASCAR race. They had to run the July race at the end of the year.
Yeah. Pepsi 400 at the time.
What's that?
Pepsi 400.
Yeah, it was Pepsi 400.
I like NASCAR. What's up, Poodle Ballin'?
Did anybody find out what happened to the people that were in that video with the dog that we watched yesterday?
Well,
yeah, they said they were able to get out.
Yeah, only 5 people have died so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, some people are going to get burned up and nothing's going to be left.
People are pretty pissed off because
here's the deal. I mean, you shouldn't die in here because, it's not like you don't have some warning.
But it was moving pretty quick. They said it was moving like a football.
Most people die when
football field a minute.
The roads getting out are involved.
There's one road in, one road out, which they're pissed off about because they didn't make the road, escape plans.
Wait, for the whole city?
Oh yeah,
for where they're along Palisades, I guess the mountains. There's one way in and one way out.
Those firestorms, a lot of people suffocate instead of burn because it burns up all the oxygen.
Yeah.
Well, State Farm's going to be getting a lot of heat because they took all their fire insurance away like a month ago.
And Americans are getting so fucked by insurance companies.
I was going to get into that a little bit, so let's not talk about it.
Sorry.
Okay.
What happened to that red powder? Do they still drop that from helicopters?
Yeah.
What does that do?
It's like a fire retardant.
Whoa, careful with that word.
But they drop them out of big 747s now, don't they? Those big...
Yeah, the big, almost like
commercial
carrier, like the military planes that have the whole payload opens up and they drop it out.
How good do those pilots got to be? You ever seen the ones where they just skim the top?
Yeah.
Some people are upset at that, which I mean, it's what it is with Biden because he flew in and they had to close the airspace, so they couldn't drop for 12 hours.
Well, see, this is
Let
me give you the giant recreation world.
Well, I don't think a president has to go to a disaster area. Right, I know, because he got yelled at for North Carolina.
Exactly.
It's like, why the fuck would anybody want somebody who can't do anything to be there?
Right?
Yeah, because
But no, hold on.
I
agree with you.
It's a false criticism.
Yeah. See?
So, Brian.
Sorry, I can't stand, that's one of the stupidest things ever. Well, why is the president not there? To do what?
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why.
It's always been one of those things.
So,
you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Legally,
don't.
Can they pull the water out of your pool? They got to replace it?
They have to, yeah, they can.
Oh, yeah.
They can legally just come and grab the water
Yeah,
out of your
absolutely. It's a state of emergency, man.
They
And
can
all
do
bets
anything.
are off.
Are there any glaciers in Alaska that they can pick up and just put it in California?
Pick up a glacier.
And just put it there and just let it melt and do its thing.
Send us the bill.
Probably melt by the time you got it there. No, you pack it like an organ.
That's why we need Greenland, man.
How you gonna get it there? You're gonna push it with a dude. I don't know, man. Ships, submarines. I just have the idea.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabeto studios.
Aquabeto.com/Bubba.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Any former Dexter fans?
Oh yeah, I love it. I haven't checked out the new show yet.
Oh my God, you've got to watch it. It's basically the
prequel
of how Dexter got started. You know, Dexter, when they first started it, it was, he was an adult and was a splatter forensic guy for the Miami PD.
And his father was the one that trained him.
His father is the one that trained him, but when Dexter first came out, like in 2012 or whatever it was, his sister was a detective, Deb. He was a full-grown man, and they spoke about their father because he'd already passed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Harry was a detective for the Miami PD, and he'd already passed when the Dexter series was, ran. Well, this is now the prequel, and this shows Harry, and this basically shows Dexter as a little boy growing up and how Harry groomed him and how Harry wasn't even his real dad.
Yeah, it was Christian Slater is playing Harry.
Christian Slater's playing Harry.
Is he good?
He is. Christian Slater, man. He's really. I watched him in that one series about
Mr. Robot?
No, John. He was a doctor and he killed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's really been in a couple things that I've watched that he's done well. But if anybody has a chance to go back, if you were a Dexter fan, you've got to go watch. It's called was it the Original Sin?
First Blood or no?
Original Sin.
Yes.
Original Sin. Now, Brian, were you a Dexter guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that.
Brian, I'm telling you,
we're finishing up right now though. Landman.
Oh, I am too.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
First of all, Ali Larder.
Hold on.
Jesus.
How about the mom and the daughter?
Wow.
Oh my God.
They got a 26-year-old playing a high school senior.
They got a 26-year-old playing a high school senior.
She's so hot.
And she might be the hottest bitch
and the mom hasn't aged, I think.
Ali Lauder looks amazing.
She's on Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
And
Varsity Blues.
And let's not forget Billy Bob Thornton nails.
I mean, the greatest, maybe one of the best characters in the history of television. The way it is exceptional. Tommy Norris is my hero.
The way he cuts his finger off in the doctor's office.
He's just, and you know what? The way he talks to the cartel. Did you? Are you up to date on the last one?
I'm not on 9 yet. No,
Okay.
the one from Sunday I haven't watched yet.
All right, so I just watched it last night. So you'll watch it probably here the next day or so. Oh my God, he gets the head of the Mexican cartel on the phone, Billy Bob Thornton.
Tommy.
His name's Tommy, right?
Tommy Norris.
Yeah. And
I'm just catching up. I think I'm about.
Taylor Sheridan saying this is his new shiny object.
Of course,
it should be. It's that. First of all, the casting is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
John Hamm's good.
John Hamm is great.
Yep.
It's just it's a great show.
By the way, it's a new show. It's called Landman. It comes from the Tyler Sheridan. Oh God, what'd he do? 1923,
Yellowstone,
1883, Yellowstone, Mayor of Kingstown, The Lioness.
He's done a couple of movies too.
Yeah, I mean, everything. He's kind of Paramount CBS's new guy, is he not? Like he's the new.
Oh yeah,
he's the new big it showrunner. Like all of his shows. But Tulsa King.
Yep,
Tulsa King was his show.
I was pissed when Billy Bob lost to the Japanese guy for the Golden Globe. I wasn't happy about that. I think Billy Bob deserves all the awards.
He did Sicario. He didn't win for Landman.
For Landman, not the Golden Globe. No.
How about the hot blonde?
Allie? I don't know if she was up for anything.
I mean, tell me you don't start thinking some,
I don't have to think. I see that's where she mounts him is just phenomenal. And she did nudity. Kudos to you, Allie Larder.
Did you watch Sicario? It's a movie about the drug cartels and stuff down south. It's got Josh Brolin in it.
Where's it at?
It's a movie. It should be out streaming, but it is so good.
What's it called?
Sicario.
Okay, maybe text me the title.
I will, but Taylor Sheridan wrote that one too.
Anyway, Brian, you got to get into the new Dexter.
I will. We're going to watch it. We're going to finish up Landman, and then we'll get into Dexter.
Anybody on? I'm on Landman. I'm on Dexter. There's only 2 I got going right now. But somebody said that on Netflix, Carry On is really good.
Yeah, I watched it. It's pretty good.
Okay, you're just giving it a pretty good.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say stop watching what you're watching, like to go watch it, but yeah, I mean, if you get around to it,
just a movie, right?
Yeah, it's a movie.
So you can watch that.
It's just a one-time.
Yeah, it's a one-time thing.
Right,
is Tyler Sheridan in the Landman at all yet?
Yeah. By the way, Tyler Sheridan puts himself in every one of his movies in some either minor or major capacity. Yeah, he does cameos in all of them.
Okay. Was he in Landman?
I've not seen him yet. But I think I don't know. I know that he was in. I know that I think he's
Lioness.
He was heavily in the Lioness, and he was in Yellowstone. And let me. Are they gonna come out and finish 1923?
No, it's moved to a different time.
1923. Because the last time they left,
is coming back.
Remember, Lemmy? Because the last thing that you saw in 1923 was the boys, the bad guys are fixing to take over the land.
Yeah.
Which would have been Yellowstone, the Yellowstone property, and they called for the son that was in Africa. That was out, kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, February 23rd, it's coming out.
Episode, yeah.
And he was on his way back. He'd married that hot bitch from England that was hooked up with like the royalty dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And remember, they got their boat they were on a tugboat and it got like sunk or something like that, and they were hanging on for dear life. Like the Titanic kind of gimmick.
Yep.
And so, and then once they got back to land, he got a telegram or a telegraph from his mom saying, I think it might have been the Indians or something like that. We're coming over to take the property. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was the Indians.
So anyway, so over to the big wildfires of Los. I mean, this is the Los Angeles area, is it not?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, northern.
The LA wildfires are ripping through celebrity-packed Pacific Palisades. Here's where the stars that have lost their homes so far. Wildfires have broken out in Los Angeles and are raging through the Pacific Palisades neighborhood. Mark Hamill was among the thousands who evacuated, by other stars like Paris Hilton and Billy Crystal also have lost their homes. The average house price in northern Los Angeles area. Hold on, the average.
That's crazy.
The average house price in northern LA is $4.5 million. Ooh. I mean, do you know what you can buy in Tampa, Florida for $4.5 million?
Not Dan's house.
True. true. Wildfires in Los Angeles are tearing through the Pacific Palisades neighborhood. Some A-list actors, including Ben Affleck, who bought his $20.5 million mansion there in July. Other celebrities, including Tom Hanks, Reese Witherspoon, Michael Keaton, Adam Sandler, Miles Teller, Eugene Levy, also live in the neighborhood.
Are these people able to go to their other homes, Bubba? Or I just want to make sure.
I don't know. I mean, I got to think that a lot of these people do have second homes, but I got to think that a lot don't.
This sucks. You know what? This sucks for just the ordinary rich people in L.A.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about them. They just care about Miles Teller and Eugene Levy. I mean, nobody just cares about your average run-of-the-mill, advertiser that's making millions of dollars who's got whose house burned down. What about Tom Hanks?
The fire started on Tuesday in the Pacific Palisades area before spreading west toward the Malibu stretch of the Pacific Coast Highway. On Wednesday, the city of Malibu issued a statement advising residents to prepare to evacuate. Among the at least 130,000 LA residents asked to evacuate their homes because the fire was the Star Wars actor, Mark Hamill. He said on Instagram that he had left his Malibu home on Tuesday, and his wife, Mary Lou, and their dog, Trixie, described it as the most horrific scene since the fire of '93. So let me there's all types of footage.
Oh yeah,
from this. Here I'm going to play some various footage.
Man, listen to that wind.
Yeah, and they're saying winds have been up to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, so it's like a hurricane.
So
these fires can create their own weather system almost.
Oh, they can?
Yeah, because the rising air and then you got the sinking air. It causes like a low pressure system right over, and it can just increase the winds.
I mean, and there's nothing you can do.
Nope.
I mean,
and it's dry. That's a dry ass wind.
Like, what's that guy doing?
Firefighter.
I know, but what's he doing?
He's falling in love, and he's going to cheat. It's a love triangle thing, and it's called Hot Love. What's it called?
Seth's show running a new show called Hot Love, where a firefighter saves a home and falls in love with the mom, and then the kid finds out, and it's just a big whodunit.
I think you should
Seth's
go with
on the R&D pub
him
show
and
running.
Taylor Sheridan are doing it. He'll be out on Paramount.
What about
Kushner and Sheridan Productions?
Love Hose.
Love Hose, HOSE. I love it.
Now,
that's witty.
What is this going to do for, we're all, by the way, this is the city of Los Angeles, and they're trying to move cars. These are people that have parked their cars wherever and maybe left.
Just in the middle of the road, they left because the fire was coming. They had to get the hell out of there.
Right, and so this is, by the way, God, what Buck couldn't do with that.
Yeah,
that looks like a D8, D9.
Wow.
Man, Buck's, I got a boner with you.
What about all the electrical cars that couldn't get charged, maybe?
The drivers panicked. They took their keys. This is Palisades Drive, as well as Sunset Boulevard. This dozer
Man, look at this. That would be fun.
Out of the way. So if this is your car, unfortunately, it's an emergency situation, and this is what they have to do. They are moving the cars as we speak. Unfortunately, there are dozens of cars. This looks like a movie set. Unfortunately, this is real. LA County Fire, they have to do what they have to do.
Worst valet service ever.
How much weight can that thing push, Bubba?
Oh, that's a D8. That thing could
could it push a semi?
Oh
off the
my
side?
God! It'd make a semi a tinker toy. This D8 would.
You got D8 wood right now.
Very nice vehicles, Teslas up here, but that's because the car owner.
I probably couldn't run that machine.
Oh, come on, Bubba.
How do
You
you even
absolutely
see
could.
it?
If I spent an hour on that machine, I could probably get the hang of it, but it would take me a while to get acclimated. It's a very, 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 very.
Does it drive like a turnabout?
No.
And they just started
Like a
running.
tank?
They let
More
the
like a
cars
tank.
here as a firefighter.
But you gotta be good on the stick. You got to be good with the blade. Now you're not just driving it. You also have to be you have to be good on the blade.
You have to be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Earn your keep.
Regulators mount up.
This is an emergency situation where
Look at him.
they need to get up
He
to
can
the
turn
line
on a
to
dime
make
like that.
sure people are not trapped up
There's no
there.
dime under there, sir.
This line of cars probably goes about 300 feet deep, at least as long as I can see from this bird's eye view. So
Why is he not just going like
Pushing
super
it.
fast down the middle of it?
This is Let me see here. Where's the sound on this?
Photos obtained by Page Six
back
show
with
the actor
Garner?
driving to her home, which has not been ordered to evacuate yet.
kids.
But according to
Yeah, they have kids
TMZ,
together,
everyone in
dude.
Celebrities impacted by the Pacific Palisades fire. Here's been now. Didn't they just get?
No,
Jennifer Lopez.
Is he getting back with Jennifer Garner?
No,
They've been back and forth 10 times.
She has his kids too.
her area is reportedly on standby.
I always thought she was attractive.
She's got a farm channel now where she like
Prince
farms.
Harry and Meghan Markle may be forced to evacuate their $14 million mansion,
cares?
as the Telegraph reported that a
Now they're
spokesperson for
Well,
Summit.
this is what people care about.
I don't, but
like
I
Seth
mean,
said, people don't care about the average guy that works his ass off 40 hours a week and his house burning down. They want to know if Paris Hilton's house is burning
these are
down.
people that are insured to the max. They've got 4 homes. They've got
I'm just
$100
telling you,
million
Brian,
in
you
the
gotta
bank.
give the audience what they want to hear. They don't want Joe C. Plummer's house. They want to see that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's house is burning down because they're like pulling. Because people don't want you to have a nice house. They're happy that Meghan Markle's house is burning down. They're like,
Are
I'm
people
living.
happy just in general?
Yeah.
This is LA, and this is
They're
come
like,
on,
you know
no.
what, man? I can't live in a $12 million home now. They can't either, bitch.
Well, they can. They're just going to have to buy a new one or
Edison
rebuild a nicer
confirmed
one.
that they're living in a high fire risk zone. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag's home was
There's their home right there.
destroyed, as a source close to the couple told TMZ that they safely evacuated their neighborhood, but their house, quote, burned to the ground. Spencer shared a video of the fire on his Instagram story a few hours before he and his family evacuated. Eugene Levy told the Los Angeles Times that he got trapped in traffic of other fleeing residents attempting to
Look at this car.
That car's burned all the way down.
This car's right down to zero.
leave the Pacific Palisades neighborhood, saying, quote, the smoke looked pretty black and intense over Temescal Canyon. I couldn't see any flames, but the smoke was very dark. James Wood took to X to share that he was fleeing his
I'm not trying to
estate
be
and posted a
morbid,
video of the
but
blaze.
is the fire hot enough that we could not find some people's bodies, maybe?
That's what happened in Maui.
Well,
Should've
I mean,
melted
this
them.
is different than Maui.
Is approaching his property. The actor later showed a close-up video of the fire directly on the outskirts of his
Now, if you jumped in the pool, would you be okay, Brian?
I mean, how long can you hold your breath?
It'll get too hot, though, too.
Yeah.
That water.
I mean, no.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
the fire burns for a long time.
Yeah, but you start splashing, right? I mean,
Start
if it gets close.
splashing. Seth's got his swimmies on. He's staying above water and he's splashing like a wild man.
They said something on the news to jump in your pool if the fire. Like I heard somebody say that.
Everybody
publicly.
was going to the coast,
Bubba
man.
Wendy's sitting there in his pool reporting,
Bubba.
I'm not leaving my
That's a
house.
nothing burger.
I'm not.
Bubba Wendy.
Don't God.
Bubba
This is
Wendy.
weather porn.
Bubba Wendy's not going to try to tell you he knows much about the fire deal. Bubba Wendy will predict that hurricane to the T, but I am not a fire guy.
Yard.
I'm with Seth. Jump in the pool for all I know.
Like, does your local weatherman let you know if the fire's like in your neighborhood, or do you have to kind of just like sniff it out on your own?
I think you got to kind of look over the side and be like, "Hey, Seth, fire's pretty close. We might want to get out of here."
Somebody
That was
said
on
it was going to
fire.
boil you in that pool. I mean, it
Actor
gets
Steve
hot.
Guttenberg, who also lives in the area, urged residents who abandoned their vehicles to leave their car keys so fire engines can get through.
Or the thug down the road can steal your new Tesla. One of the two.
Police Academy star told KTLA 5, quote, this is not a parking lot. We really need people to move their cars.
I wonder if he had the black
There are
guy with the
families
sound
up there,
effects.
There are pets up there. There are people who really need help. The fire broke out around 10:30 a.m. local time, January 7th, and winds are expected to continue the blaze until Thursday. Its cause remains unknown.
They said it was a fire in somebody's backyard.
Is that what they said?
Yeah. That was the latest story I read.
Like a guy was, doing like a marshmallow cook-off, Willie, and it got out of hand, or
A homeless guy was using a shopping cart to cook a pigeon.
hello, who's this?
TJ from Jersey.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, look into they're supposedly that fire detergent's not allowed in California, so that's why they can't use that because they're a green state.
The red stuff.
And then there's some kind of saved fish that they won't let water come down from Canada to build
smelt.
reservoirs. Trump was talking about it on Rogan the other day. So they're build their own. They're their worst enemy.
Thank you, appreciate it. I'll look into it, man.
Well, the smelt is that's a big one because they wouldn't.
They won't allow water, like the pipeline water from Canada down
let it
because
flow out.
it hurts the smelt.
Yeah, the endangered smelt that it flows
The
out to the
endangered
Pacific.
smelt.
Yeah.
Well, how's that smelt treating you right now, buddy?
Yeah.
They're smelting right now.
All right. Hello.
Bubba.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Mike here. Hey, I wanted to talk about that split tail we was talking about here yesterday.
Oh, God.
Hey, what about Caitlin Hatley? she would be the perfect woman for the show.
Yeah.
She's got perfect bolt-ons, and you could talk sex with her, and she's always going to dress.
We're not taking show advice from somebody that calls women split tail. My dad used to say that, and it's like I thought that went out of style.
Thank you, thank you. See, I don't even have. I don't even have to be the bad guy. I can just stick my tuttle on him.
Dumb, stupid.
Some guy trying to hear himself. Some troll trying to hear himself.
He's laughing at himself, high-fiving himself.
On behalf of the fire service. Last week, we began
is Biden out there?
He was.
I heard there's a fire going on. What the hell?
Reports from the National Weather Service.
Back in my time, man, we get buckets and hand them on down the mountain and throw them back up to get them filled up.
Our president's nothing but a distraction at these things.
Like Brian was saying, like when presidents catch crap on not going to natural disasters, they really can't do anything other than to see how bad it is and, immediately offer FEMA relief and whatever means the National Guard or whatever the president can release with regards to help. But being there, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. I don't think presidents need to necessarily be boots on the ground at every natural disaster. They need to be, with our technology and them being able to, he can see the from where he's, in the West Wing and dispatch and get a hold of the governor on the phone and dispatch any relief or funds or National Guards or whatever he needs without having to be there.
He's just gumming up the works there. He doesn't need to be there.
Wouldn't it be a good look, though, if he threw on a helmet and grabbed the hose and went out there on the,
and then they turned it on and he'd fall over.
It would split him in half.
This is not something that's a surprise to us in Southern California.
He's not even
it was
paying
something
attention.
that we were well prepared for. Based on those predictive conditions of wind gusts up to 100 miles an hour east.
How do you get wind gusts to 100 miles an hour? That's a hurricane.
Well, it's the
weather
Tuttle was
system.
saying, it's the weather system, and then the fire amplifies it all.
Pushing offshore, we began increasing our staffing, local, state, and federal agencies. Hundreds of firefighters began moving on Sunday afternoon from Northern California into Southern California. My local partners began upstaffing their own fire stations, helicopters, fire engines, hand crews, to be prepared for an incident like this that occurred. Those resources were pre-positioned in counties throughout.
Well, it doesn't look like they've been doing a very good job. Because it looks like it's more out of hand than it ever has been. People are freaked out by it.
I was asking, so they cannot do controlled burns there because of the winds, or is it against the law?
They can't do control because of the environment.
Southern California for an event just like this, and on Tuesday morning, the Palisades fire began.
Hey, as much as we are going to be dinged here for you homeowners with regards to flood insurance, if you'll even be able to find any, and your home insurance in Florida because of the 2 hurricanes that we got, can you imagine what fire insurance is going to be? The only thing I'd be invested in right now if I had a lot of money would be the insurance companies.
Well, State Farm said they canceled everyone like a month ago because California would not let them raise their rates.
Oh,
I'd like to
a lot of people
introduce you to Chief Crowley.
Well, listen, State Farm, they got enough rate raising here in Florida, courtesy of DeSuccos. So don't worry about California.
Touch on the Palisades fire, Chief.
Thank you.
Here's Chief. She's gonna tell us what's happening here.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I'm here just to provide you a brief on 3 significant fires that have occurred within the city of Los Angeles.
Is this the transgender
With
woman?
that, I'm going to be focusing on the Palisades fire. That fire broke out yesterday morning around 10:30. We did pre-deploy a number of resources. We knew there was a potential for a significant threat to our constituents due to the weather event. High winds. I've never seen the winds in my 25-year career. So we leaned forward as much as possible and pre-deployed. With that, we had a significant amount of fire that occurred. We had an aggressive fire attack. The fire has grown from originally 10 acres to 10,802 acres as we speak. It's an active firefight with our firefighters, and they're doing their very best to protect our people within this area. Interesting enough, because of the winds and the low humidity, we had a second fire also break out, and that was the Hearst fire, which is just north of that area. Again, this was close to 11,000.
All right, Lovey, is there anything here of
No, Monster said it was really not. I sent you a Jesse Waters from yesterday, 3 minutes and 30 seconds in. He said it explains pretty well a couple different things from how the dams were getting blown up to the smelt.
So as to maybe the reason
why there's no water.
Well, the reason why there's no water, what, 3 minutes and what?
30 seconds.
3:30, here we go. Boom.
And you'd stop many of these horrible fires.
Before Donald Trump left office, he signed an order that would funnel more water from Northern California into Southern California. Newsom, instead of saying thank you, filed a lawsuit to stop it, saying it would kill the smelt.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a smelt is, neither did we.
And by the way, they're teeny tiny little fish that, I think they use for
bait
bait.
fish.
Bait.
Well,
That's all.
bait
That's all.
and people eat them. I mean, they
Like
salt
sardines.
them.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I know.
It's a fish the size of your pinky. California can't get enough water to fight fires because of a stupid fish. We're saving fish instead of people. Saving smelt, big business. If anything happens to the smelt, people lose a lot of money. We're paying people to feel like heroes for protecting a fish.
So, the reason why, I guess you're saying Trump signed a bill to bring more water from Canada down to California.
North California.
North California.
Yeah.
From North California down to the L.A. region.
Yeah.
And Newsom filed a lawsuit to block that because of it would hurt the smelt industry.
Yes.
That much water drowns the smelt?
No,
or they can't swim upstream
It
or
just
what?
is natural because the water flows out to the Pacific, so it's just a natural habitat for
One
them.
eats. But it gets worse. Gavin's been tearing down dams. Why? Because the Indians wanted some of their river back so they could catch salmon.
Well,
Gavin didn't just knock down one dam for the Indians, he knocked down all four.
The largest dam removal project in U.S. history and one of the most significant.
Now, let me ask you a question before I go into words. Don't they put dams up strategically for reasons?
Well,
to dam up an area.
Electricity.
Well, I mean, yeah, for all kinds of different reasons. And dams are strategically engineered for a purpose. They just don't say, "Hey, we're going to dam this area up for recreational type purposes." It's usually for electric or for a water reservoir or something like that. I've never known them to tear dams down.
Well, don't give a damn. I mean, you just don't give it away. You gotta, not all four.
But they said these were for Indians, so was it Native Americans back in the day that they had diverted water and they were trying to give water back to reservations?
Did the Native American reservations running dry?
No, so what was it? So there's a salmon, and the natural for the salmon to flow, the dams were stopping the salmon at the dam.
So the Indians wanted to have better salmon fishing, so now we knock off 4 dams down?
Yeah,
you don't want the
salmon would
farm-fed
stop
stuff.
at the dam, yeah.
No farm-fed salmon. We need Indian-caught salmon, right, Seth?
Too much mercury.
Yeah, you need the fresh
If
stuff.
not the most significant water restoration project, bringing back salmon and steelhead into this basin. And I couldn't be more proud as a father because my kids and their great-great-grandkids will have the opportunity.
My kids and great-great-grandkids may have their house burned down, but they're going to be able to get some steelhead better than they ever have before, buddy.
So they said some of them are being removed because they're outdated and no longer provided any benefit, and their removal was more viable financially than trying to continue to maintain them.
Some of them?
Some of them. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's
Right.
like this. This is obviously one news station's
and
spin on this
and
story.
It's Fox, so you got to realize that.
I don't know enough about it all to comment on it, but that doesn't stop everybody else
But the
from doing
smell,
it.
the smell thing
I mean,
is,
the smell thing, that's a shoot.
Yeah.
That's a shoot.
You can look that up.
Well, it's been here since time immemorial.
It's a special
and it's about damn time. Words mean nothing unless you can manifest them. You got to make something real. You got to make the words visible. We mean business. We're going to be turning this over in a very short period of time.
And these dams were a go-to source for firefighters to pull water from to fight fires up north. Gavin's literally tearing down Western civilization for fish and Indians.
They can't
Nothing
get
against
water
the
from the
Indians.
ocean
I love the Indians.
to fight the fires.
But
I don't
really?
get it. Like, why do you have to have
LA
fresh
is out of water. And the governor's
Why can't you use
staring at
salt
the
water?
fire
Why
with
can't
his
you use
hands
salt water?
Hold on, man. LA's out of water. Be quiet.
in his pockets.
Salting the earth.
Now, we
maybe?
have a rule about men putting their hands in their pockets, but this is neither the time nor the place to discuss it. People are trapped. Homes and schools are gone. And Newsom hasn't contained a single acre. The governor waited 24 hours to send in the National Guard. Water management, forest management, Gavin doesn't know what he's doing. Again, Trump warned him about this years ago.
Got to take care of the floors, the floors of the forests. Very important.
Thank you.
You look at other countries where they do it differently, and it's a whole different story. I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem. And when it is, it's a very small problem.
Newsom, after the election, called an emergency special session in California to Trump-proof the state. Not fireproof it, Trump-proof it, whatever that means. Where are the emergency escape roads that were supposed to have been built? People had to abandon their cars in the middle of the road and run away from the flames because there's only one way in and one way out. Why weren't the forest beds treated? Why are we running out of water? Joe Biden hasn't helped at all. In October, the Biden administration canceled crucial controlled burns in California. These are critical to forest management. Canceled them.
I mean, really, I don't know a lot about this, but I do know.
But why?
The
question would be why.
I do know controlled burns help the underbrush, and that's what spreads the fire. So, here in Florida, we have controlled burns. A lot of places have controlled burns, and it's really, really good for the ecosystem. I don't know why Biden canceled it. Maybe they'll tell us.
Today, Biden happened to be in town because he was supposed to designate another national forest, decided that this was the right time to congratulate himself.
Astounding what's happening. No, I want to get good news. My son lives out there in the way. They got a notification yesterday their home is well burning around. Today,
I don't know what's he congratulating himself for. The audio's
He's
horrible.
a great-grandfather.
Oh, he's a great-grandfather.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're a great-grandfather. Half of LA is burning down, but you are a great-grandfather. Okay, I got it. No problem.
he's still standing, I'm not sure. But the good news is, I'm a great-grandfather as of today.
Oh my God.
Brian, that even embarrasses you.
He's just
yeah.
And the fact that
LA
they thought
is
it would be a
burning
good
down.
idea to run him again for 4 more years.
Oh my God, what were they thinking?
What the hell?
Had they had the foresight to say 2 years ago, we're not going to throw in, the last minute Willie and Kamala. Let's really start establishing somebody.
Like a
somebody.
Like might have had a chance rising from the ashes. There's a brand new Biden. I mean, God, man, tone deaf, just like an old man. He's an old man.
He's an old man. He's
an
lost.
old man.
He's
it's
lost.
Like
he's
talking
pooped
to my
his
grandfather
pants.
at the end.
Next thing you know, he's going to be doing Depends commercials. He should.
I mean, geez Louise.
Back with more wildfire stuff. There's a ton of it next.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
A lot of their fire equipment's Ukraine.
Salt would be bad for anything.
I mean, they sent their fire trucks and their hoses and shit to Ukraine.
Oh yeah, you know what? But I don't think their fire trucks.
They really be fucking around.
I don't think. I don't. To answer your question, Brian, I don't think fire trucks can run.
They can't run salt water through their fire trucks.
They can't.
Yeah,
I have an old fire truck. I have an old fire truck for.
I was just talking out of my ass.
But I have an old fire truck in the track as a waterer.
Yeah.
And it has to be potable water.
Because salt would probably gum up in there and build up.
Yeah. I just meant like when they're dropping the water
out of
like
the airplanes, like the
helicopters,
buckets,
and planes and stuff. Yeah, but
here's the business to get into. I'm gonna get into it next. But could you come up with a concept to make a fire retardant home, and you first build it with a wall that's fire retardant. All of your landscaping is fire retardant. Your building materials are fire.
Well, I mean, you're going to get cancer.
No, but
I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah, no, there's
like
nothing,
a metal,
because,
like a real good steel.
There's first way too expensive for construction. Number two, whatever's in it is not. I mean, if it's fire retardant, it's usually not good for you from a health perspective.
But there's this racer. So there's this racer. His name's Kevin Thomas Jr. And he started this new product called Armor. I forget what it's called. Lummy knows it, but it's a spray, and you spray it on your racing uniform.
It's like that fire gel stuff.
All those racers wear long underwear that's fire retardant, and you spray it all down, and your uniform won't catch on fire.
Wow.
And he shows it, like he has a torch, and he has a piece of material, same material, and he puts a torch on it, he sprays this stuff on it, and it takes it won't start on fire.
What about the stuff that they use?
If they have chemicals, why wouldn't you just spray your whole house down with it?
Space shuttle tiles, the tiles they use on the space shuttle when they come in,
Yeah.
that gets like 4,000 or 5,000 degrees.
Make that your roof. Yeah, but one of those tiles is probably $800.
Yeah, that's it's just not.
Number one.
Oh
Been a weird day.
What's that?
Been a weird day.
It's fucking cold.
Well, it started. I thought the wildfire had spread here with all the heat when I got into the studio this morning.
Nobody was doing me any favors throwing me under the bus.
No, Seth tried to, and then you threw him right back under.
Not
like
that
a turtle on his back, kicking him down the street on his shell.
I didn't know that was going to set off. Bubba wanted to fight me.
Anytime you threaten Bubba's manhood in any way, shape, or form, you're looking for a fight, buddy.
I just don't know why Bubba's like, you know what, I'm probably not good on my feet, but I'll get you down on the ground and really take you. I was like, I don't...
But he said lay my weight on you.
He did get me good that one time, but I didn't fight back. It was my boss. He grabbed me and put me in the
Seth,
corner.
do you think you could get away from him a little bit?
Oh, you can easily get away
I mean, but if you were in a ring, it'd be a lot harder.
I honestly, I've got no fear.
After watching Bubba do yoga, I think you're okay. If he goes down, he's down. I mean,
Exactly.
You're right. There's no getting up. Like, all you have to do is just start stomping him.
Right, like we
If
all
you got up and started stomping him, he's done.
You and Seth did pretty good at yoga, though. You guys are pretty good on your feet.
Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, if Bubba goes down, like, that's the thing is, if you're able to get away from him, you will. I mean, you could probably kill him at that point. You just start stomping his head, his little peanut head.
The only chance he has is if there's a Texas man running. All right,
show Brian.
Hey, what's up? Hi, what's up, dude?
What? New water?
Ew.
What is it?
It's Trump water. Sourced from the Appalachian Mountains.
Aquavieto.
100% American.
That's right.
Oh, they renamed their company to Trump Water?
No, listen.
What?
It's a one-off. It's a gimmick.
Oh, is this for me or do I have to give it back?
That's yours.
Oh, thank you. It's in like a Red Bull can.
Crack it open, Macatroni, and taste the red.
That's
I want to taste. This is the taste of freedom right here.
That's right.
Oh wow, it smokes when you open it. That's interesting.
All natural. That's the Greenland flavor.
It's cold outside.
Yeah.
It captures
the crisp essence of outdoors.
Of the Appalachian
It's smoky.
water.
It's smoky like the Appalachians right now. Or flooded actually.
Is it the Appalachians?
That's where it flooded.
Man, that's where it flooded. That's where they go.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito studios, aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Been a slow day.
Yeah, we only got like $300.
Except for Creatine Travis, we do
Creatine Travis is
Scouting Big Gold. How's
P1.
PayPal looking, buddy?
Not too good. Oh.
Should I call the baby face brigade out to start flooding us with cash donations?
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army for the Babyface Brigade that would like to participate, as he's got 30 more minutes on this program and then probably an hour on the Blizzard. So you'll have your chance to get your babyfaceness in.
But give us your money now, because Bubba likes it when you do it on the air.
Well, yeah, you can make it rain during the blizzard. It still goes to Bubba.
It all goes to the
well,
same.
you make it snow during the blizzard, but yeah, whatever.
So our good friend Mike Muzio from Aqua Bieto, the official studio sponsor of the show and the official canned water of the show, supposedly they're working on private labeling Aqua Bieto and making a Trump water. I think they got a pitch to Trump's people I think tomorrow or the next. I think tomorrow. I think they're pitching it so very well. Trump could have his own water, which is really, I think, just Aqua Beato privately labeled. Right. And I think Brian actually has a can of it.
He sure does.
Drinking it right now, and I feel like invading Greenland.
In which you can get the Aqua Beato.
You feel like going over and taking the Panama Canal, Greenland, Canada, and
Canada's gonna be a 51st state. We're gonna sink Puerto Rico because it's a trash garbage pile.
I'd much give up Puerto Rico for Greenland all day.
Nice. What about the Gulf of Americana?
Gulf of America.
That's stupid.
But you can get the Aqua Beato now at Walmart and Amazon too. So.
Oh, you can?
Yes, you can.
And 7-Eleven.
Yes, exactly.
That's be awesome. Thank you. So 7-Eleven, Walmart. They're in Walmart?
Yeah, and Amazon.
That's good.
Wow. And Amazon?
Yeah.
Aqua Beato's taking over, Bubba.
It is.
You should have bought in when you can.
I was one of the very first.
You have shares?
No.
Oh, see, I got Class A shares.
Mike will take care of me if it blows. Well, it sounds like it is blowing up.
And they're going to be at BARP giving out water.
Yeah, they're going to be. They're going to have a BARP deal.
Good, because those people are going to be parched from their 3-block walk.
Man, look at that. Nothing.
Look at that.
How are you laughing at this wildfire like that, Seth? That is
that was
callous.
That was my home for almost a month, Brian. L.A. It could have been me.
Were you at an extended stay?
It could have been me out there. I was in
a night 10.
I was in Koreatown.
Scout Big O get to 10 subs.
Thank you so much on the YouTube, Willie.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
$10.
Honestly, I did not pay attention. I just drove straight to the barn to get my horses out and get the rest of these guys out.
I mean, there's real people that's got real problems here. Not just, Ben Affleck, who might be losing his house, but like just standard, regular people. Santa Monica has some rural areas, Lummy, Pacific Palisades.
Yes.
They have some rural areas where you would have horses and things like that. Man,
Ryan, MBSC, $20.
Think about this poor guy. He's got two. I mean,
3.
He's got 3 horses, and he's got to get them out. Where do you take him? You can't go to the Holiday Inn and check in. Where do you go?
Best thing to do is let them go.
There's charity places, I guess, are taking them a little farther south. But these are the type of people that State Farm and the insurance companies canceled their fire insurance a month ago.
Honestly, I did not pay attention. I just drove straight to the barn to get my horses out and get the rest of
This guy doesn't even have he's the kind of horse owner that that rents a stable, and he has them at the stables. He doesn't have a horse transporter or anything like that. So he literally is just going to get his horses and walking them down the street.
Do we really need to do an interview while the guy's trying to evacuate his horses from you can see the fire right behind them?
Brian, we don't need the news out there.
There's everybody's the news now.
Well, you've got
me and Seth and I were talking about how conventional news has changed. You don't have to send the chick out there with a guy that's got a camera on his shoulder. People have phones and they can get the news to you immediately. So the news has changed tremendously. It's not from that standard journalist with a cameraman to a person with an iPhone.
Anderson Cooper was out there yesterday in the middle of it, and as somebody that doesn't know anything about fires or really what's going on, I'm wondering really how dangerous is it if you're looking for a great backdrop of flames to your broadcast from?
Very dangerous.
These guys out.
Poor horses.
I'm gonna let them burn.
I got a bunch out with trailers, and there's a bunch in there still. How many more? We don't know. I don't know.
Kim Kardashian's ass melted off.
We took about 4 of them in trailers.
That was
trailer, another one.
Poor baby.
Maybe 12 left.
About 12. Are there more people out there right now?
I mean, look, and literally the
Why
the
don't
flames
you go
are
help?
Yeah, I know.
Literally,
go grab some horses.
The flames are right there.
Why don't you go help, lady?
Well,
You're useless.
What is she going to do, though?
Grab a horse
and take it
Save
where?
a horse.
But the best thing to do is if nobody was coming and getting the horses that were still in the stable, let them go because you got to let them out.
You got to let them out. Let them try and save themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they probably there's a chance they could.
I got let's see. There's 4, 2, 3.
Those horses got to be burning up.
How are these horses doing?
Why are you not riding them?
There's 12. Yeah, no, they're pretty wired up.
The horses are probably freaked out.
They're getting used to it now, but when the wind's blowing and the embers they don't really know what to do.
Look at those embers.
Just kidding. Those horses.
Oh my
must
God!
be miserable.
That black horse is beautiful.
Have you seen anything like this? Look at that hillside. Yeah, I've rescued before. Yeah? Yeah. Well, these be safe. Yeah, thank you. You be safe too. Yeah.
Why don't you make yourself useful?
Yeah, bitch.
Grab a horse.
I would have told her to F off and get out of my way.
I am trying to save my horses, bitch. Why don't you go back and try to save a couple?
I ain't got time for you, lady. If you're not going to help, then get out of my way.
Man.
This might be the worst natural disaster ever to hit LA. You know, again, all these wildfires that usually hit California usually don't get into LA.
Up in the mountains.
They can usually, because LA is kind of in a little valley and the mountains are around them. They don't usually sneak down into where these fires are. And the only reason they did is because of the 100-mile-an-hour winds that are just. I don't think you can fight fires with 100-mile-an-hour winds.
May I ask? Is this? Can you compare this to people that get stuck, on their roofs during a hurricane, and then we feel so sorry for them, and like, wait, they had plenty of time to get the hell out of their house.
But I don't think there's a lot of death. I don't think there has not been a lot of death here because.
What is there? But I'm saying, is there warning, or does this just catch you by surprise, where you go, oh God, we got to go get the horses and get out of here?
I don't think it really catches you by surprise because they know they know it's coming.
Real quick,
they know which ways the winds are shifting.
There's been multiple fires that have broken out, though. So that initial fire, you could be pretty far away from it, but then an ember, carries across the highway, and all of a sudden you got another fire that's like now, 10 miles closer to you.
A
than
fire
the first
that
one
wasn't there 10 minutes ago is now there because an ember, like we were seeing those flying embers, got caught up into the wind system, and now it got carried over into some forestry across the street from your house, and now that's on fire.
They said it was moving a football field every 30 seconds.
This guy's getting pretty close to the action, is he not?
Sure is.
But I mean, you can't even fight those. You just gotta let them burn out, right?
Yep.
And the heat has got to the radiant
You know what the next big crisis for our country is going to be? And I hope Donald Trump can fix it, or whoever, or Congress, is insurance. Because, Brian, we know our insurance down here. Because
I can't wait to see what my renewal is.
Because DeSantis cut a deal with the devil. DeSantis' largest contributor to his political campaigns were the insurance companies.
I sent you a map, Bubba, of how the fires, how far they're spread out and when they started, just so you can kind of see. While maybe some people didn't evacuate, if you look at
because you're like January so far 7th, away.
The Eaton fire or the Palisade fires one is the first one.
Okay, so which way? Where at?
Keep down going right there, down and left.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first one.
All right. So that one started.
It just said January 7th.
January 7th.
And then it jumped over, I think it was like 4 hours later
over
to
here.
Eaton fire.
Over here. So it went from, it was burning right here, and next thing you know, it jumps over here.
That's like almost a state over, just so you know. Like if you were in the Northeast, that would be like jumping from New Hampshire to Maine.
That'd be like jumping from Fort Walton Beach to Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
And then that one, Lummy.
Went to the Hertz fire.
Went to
up
here.
left.
Up here?
Yeah, and then now January 8th is a little farther up north.
Wow.
And they're saying it's going to keep funnel with the winds. It's going to funnel down more.
Wow. Just takes one little ember.
They're saying this is the worst fire in the history of California.
You think humans are supposed to live in California?
They pretty much got everything.
That's a good question.
You could, but between the fires and the earthquakes and who knows what else,
the taxes and the homelessness.
Well, I'm just saying the natural stuff. I'm just
the taxes are natural out there.
Don't they have some of the most unbelievable taxes out there?
Yeah. Yes,
it's like a third, isn't it?
Isn't from the gasoline tax to the property tax. There'll be, if there's places in LA that you get taxed, state taxed, county tax, city tax.
Yeah.
You'll get, you got maybe a federal tax of like 7% sales tax. for the state, and then there's like a 4% sales tax for the county you live in, and then there's like a 3% sales tax for the city that you live in.
You know what? You want to know what else they're going to have an issue with is after these fires like this, there's no vegetation actually holding the soil together.
Think about this.
The mudslide.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but California is one of the largest producers of produce.
Yep.
And right, Brian?
Yeah, this isn't the area where the produce is.
The positive is that it's not there.
Yeah, it's not where this is happening.
I guarantee
the wine and the almonds are safe.
But you know where, guess what? A lot of these people are going to need houses and move to Florida and Texas.
Well, good, because Florida's got a housing crisis right now. There's too much inventory. They need people to buy up houses. Start building apartments.
Stop building
having
apartments.
A fire sale.
Yeah, let's get out of here. We tried, bro. I'm sorry.
You try? What's trying?
Water hose will do no well.
He tried to save a bunch of stuff from his friend's house, I think. Look outside.
Yeah, when this tree falls, it's over.
And again, look at those ambers. It only takes one of those embers, those little flickering things, to go onto a
dry patch of pine needles.
A dry patch of pine needles. The next thing you know, you got that entire forest fire.
Land a little patch of oil on your driveway.
Get out of here.
I mean, this guy's getting out.
Yeah, and the bitch back there is trying to lock the door.
Sorry, we gotta lock up.
Yeah,
the house is on fire. Yeah. Nobody's gonna ransack it at that point.
I feel for those people, man.
It's terrible. It's
horrible.
got to be an absolute nightmare. Like, I remember how we felt with the storm coming on us, and we thought we might, really get it this time, and just the uneasiness and uncertainty of that. But this is next level, man.
Back in '99, Volusia County was the whole county was on fire. I mean, every square inch of it was. They made everybody evacuate, and man, you know how you get super strength when you need to. My mom threw these big ass suitcases in the back of the truck and just got out of there, man. But it was almost 2 weeks.
Did your trailer burn down or no?
No. Luckily, my dad had to let his hunting dogs out of the pens.
He did. Did they go on and?
They came back. They ended up coming back, but they were able to get out of there, because we did not have enough room to be able to get all the dogs out. So Dad just opened up their pens and let them go.
Now, does it look like to me, Lummy, that as they announce, The View announces a major shakeup to the long-running weekday show? It looks like they pretty much just got rid of Whoopi.
Get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to me, I don't think that maybe you can report it as Whoopi is gone, because it says the long-running daytime talk show announced it would add a 30-minute weekend slot to its coverage called The Weekend View starting on January 11th, according to Variety. Joy Bayer, along with co-hosts Sonny Holston, Sarah Himes, Alyssa Farrah Griffin, and Anna Navarro will appear on a panel of a half an hour. So
that's the weekend show.
That's the weekend show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the weekend show.
Whoopi just doesn't feel like working on Saturdays.
Oh, so Whoopi still stays?
Yes.
Oh, my prayers were not answered. I do not believe
it really bothers you that Whoopi's on The View?
Are you still not going to watch it, Bubba? Are you waiting for her to leave before?
If she left, would you watch The View, Bubba?
No.
Is that the one thing stopping you?
No.
So what do you care?
I hate her.
She used to be a comedian that actually did racy type humor.
She's such a race baiter.
Yeah, she sucks, but
she is such a race baiter.
But she's going to be a race baiter whether she's on The View or not.
It never was this bad.
She let old Ted Danson.
And ABC allows it. They allow it.
Remember, she let Ted Danson wear that blackface at that one thing. She didn't really, care too much of it back then.
Here's some news I like. And I agree. I got to go to words, too. I'm way late. Billboard named Taylor Swift the largest artist for the entire 21st century. I appreciate that. I like that. Really. Really. You wouldn't think
Thank you, Billboard.
You wouldn't think I was a Swiftie, but I kind of am.
Yeah, I don't know
this
who else.
chick is so calculated and so well managed and so talented and such a star that she can go to an NFL football game and they make it a little bit about her.
I mean, she should be dating Kraft, Tyler Kraft, but that's okay.
No, she's dating exactly who she needs to date.
That's
right. Back as we wrap the show up next. Stand by.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Yeah.
No, he's been in the rotunda.
Oh, so
No,
they're pulling him out.
he's at the
He's pulling
national, whatever it is, the
He's in the cemetery, right?
Is he getting buried in Georgia or
the
Arlington?
church. National Cathedral.
I think Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they.
Under a pecan.
Will they now have to build a Jimmy Carter library?
Yo,
No,
I think
they
you already
build
get
that
that
after
after
they
you're
get that
president.
after they're president.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't
No,
think they
they
can
do
build
that-
it until after you're dead.
No,
it's already out.
They build it way before you're dead.
Oh, is that where you bury him?
They do some.
Some of them, yeah, because they typically put their library in their home state.
Reagan's buried at his library.
Trump's gonna have nothing but books on tape in his.
But they don't do an open casket where you can like see him
No.
and the rotunda, right?
No.
Because he was already decomposing before he died, right?
I mean, he was decomposing before he died.
You know, I mean, he looked bad.
Yeah, he was bad. I mean, he's
Wasn't he in
100
hospice? He was in hospice for a year.
101. You know, it's
He was in hospice for like a whole entire year.
one of the worst presidents.
When did
ever,
this
but
happen?
one of the best
When
men
did
to
this
be
happen to the
president.
monsters?
That was back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. It was a crazy, wild story.
I can't believe they didn't get in more trouble over it. That's
Yeah.
That's back when iHeart would actually pay, would stick up for you.
Defend their talent, but yeah, dude. I mean, that story was wild, and they even had let a listener get on the air and offer $1,000 bounty. I don't.
He got sued by the guy that killed him too because he wanted the bounty money.
Yeah, he didn't get his money.
I'm here for my bounty money. Look at the winds whipping there.
You can just put it in my comments there.
Yeah. Yep. I get paid in ramen.
Have you ever, as a lawyer, had to go visit a client in jail or prison or anything?
I met a client in jail.
Like
down in like Sarasota, well, almost Sarasota area.
Now, is it like so? Like you'll see in the TV things, they'll look up and make sure the cameras are off or whatever in the thing. Or
No,
is
you're
there
in a
any-
special meeting room.
Okay,
for
so there are no
attorneys.
cameras in
Yeah,
there then.
No, there's a guy standing outside. It's
Okay.
a problem.
Now, was he handcuffed or when you were talking to him?
I'd listen. Yeah, he was cuffed.
Okay. So you couldn't have a guard in there because that would be client
Right.
privilege.
So there are guards right outside the door there.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Probably nothing in there except like a cold metal table or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It's not well equipped. No sharp objects.
Like probably you could have a pen or even a computer.
Yeah, they check your stuff before you go in.
And making sure you don't have a file or they have a cake or anything.
Cake with a file in it.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was thinking this,
You were thinking
when
what?
you're picking that attorney, is Warren?
You.
When he was sitting there, you saw his hair.
He was bald when I saw him.
In a shadow box.
In his office.
No, I didn't meet him in his office.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
That was like the second
you
meeting.
being the person that I
Yeah.
work.
No.
I was like,
I was, but at that
didn't say red
point,
flag?
I didn't. We didn't realize how the gravity of the situation. Well,
No, I just thought you had him in his office and you saw.
no. The way it played out.
Because.
Different. Like, oh, good God, I'm tired.
Which are you?
You want to do 10:15, Brian?
Oh, the sooner the better. Let's just start it now.
Oh wait, is 10:15 okay, Lummy, or do you guys need more time for it to?
Fine.
That's okay.
The last 8 minutes of the Bubba Show has been preempted to bring you the early part of the blister.
So, here on the Blizzard, Brian, did you know that Travis Kelce wore a $225 trucker hat out on his last date with Taylor Swift?
He's so tone deaf.
Was it Von Dutch?
Von Dutch.
No, it was a, fuck. What was
remember those hats back in the day?
Yeah. They haven't been Hot Topic again. Von Dutch isn't gone. It's making a comeback.
What was the muscle stuff that guys wore?
Oh, that was the
Affliction. Yeah.
And it all had like
and nothing screams douchebag more than a guy that wears Affliction shirt with Affliction.
Bedazzled.
They had Affliction jeans.
Were those bedazzled too, I think? Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
You should have known about Spice, Bubba, when he was wearing all that Affliction.
Wait, Spice wore Affliction?
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito studios. Aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Blizzard, the podcast with Brian and Seth. Today, it'll be up, I'd say probably by 1 o'clock or so. They're getting ready to try to start it early because Brian said he's exhausted.
Yeah.
Getting ready for his big Caribbean cruise.
No, that's not until February.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, Bubba, it's South Tampa. Hey, I don't know if you talked about it, but the Lightning got an outdoor game next year.
Yeah, we opened up the show. It's going to be at Ray J, and it's going to be part of the outdoor series. They're going to do a game in Miami, and they're going to do a game here.
I'm super excited about it. I know Brian will be excited. There's a new jersey that they'll probably use for it. He loves jerseys, so we're all excited to hear.
Now, I did say my position is hockey is the one time that it actually makes sense to wear the sweater because it is really cold in the stadium. But other than that, I mean, having another man's name on your back is kind of a bitch
sir,
move.
we did cover this 3 hours ago, so there you go.
Well, there you go. I've got some catching up to do. I know that you guys had a great show today. I'm going to go listen to the whole darn thing right now. Have a great one, bud.
Appreciate it. Let's not found. Did Brooke Shields go in for a labia?
Yeah, she went in for a labia, and the doctor gave her a little bonus procedure that she didn't want.
No.
The vaginal
rejuvenation.
But
rejuvenation.
Say vaginal.
So if
Brooke
you read,
I read the article, and it was like she went in for one, and he gave her one.
She did an inner one. He did an inner one. She only wanted the outer one.
Oh no! I actually think it was vice versa. I think she wanted an inner one, and he did it. But he also did the labia reduction, and she didn't want that.
Oh no!
She wanted the tightness one.
Who wants flabs?
Well, she does. She said that she has had big flaps for. Well, here, let me just read it for you.
We really got to push labia enhancement.
Wait,
surgery.
I'm not trying to counter program, but when I was reading it was saying that she didn't need to be tighter, wetter, smaller.
Let's just read the article, okay?
Yeah.
You're turning me out over
here. Let's see if you can interpret it differently than I do.
You sound like a Daft Punk song over there. Tighter, wetter.
Brooke Shields. Here's what I understand. She went in for, a vagiplasty, and she's mad that he did. And he's. I can't do the goddamn story. Good seeing everybody. I appreciate it, man. I was trying like hell to get through. Everybody wants to be their own goddamn comedian and their one-man show. Appreciate it. Maybe we'll talk about this tomorrow. The Blizzard's coming up next.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Seth, co-host and president of podcasting.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter programming.
Rhett, the filthy ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.